Hey, everybody! What's going on? What's happening? What's shaking? What's doing? It is time! It is Monday, I was gonna say January. Monday, September the 18th, 2023, 6:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name's Dave McCrae, coming to you live from the Voice Man Studios in Toronto, Canada. And I've got Bruce Dale with me tonight. He's not going to be here long. It's about half an hour or so. Just to give a It's Me Billy Chapter 2 update. This is a big stream. We want this stream to be successful. We want that epic Halloween stream to happen on October the 28th, and you are helping the It's Me Billy production as well. But we're going to give an update on that and get right into it. Bruce, let's not waste any time. How are you doing?
I'm good. Lots cooking. We've got all burners on the stovetop at full heat with pots and pans and casserole dishes baking in the oven and cooking on the stovetop and boiling, and everything is just all in full swing. So doing good.
Yes. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. It's one of those things where
Chefing in the kitchen.
So let's jump into it. So yesterday I made a post to our Indiegogo backers yesterday. I also posted that on social media as well, just to give people sort of an update on where we're at and what's going on and what's happening. And ultimately why we're doing a stream like this, but also sort of where the production is and all that kind of fun stuff. So let's jump into it. Let's just sort of recap for people out there where we are in terms of the production for It's Me Billy Chapter 2. So as I said, yes,
sure.
Yeah. So we've been in pre-production now for the last 2.5 months or so. And things are moving along swimmingly. Things are moving along well. Shot lists are being written. Props are being made and delivered. We've got crew being hired. There's a lot of stuff. Even though there doesn't seem like there's a lot going on behind the scenes, there's a shit ton of stuff going on behind the scenes that you guys don't even know about. You don't even know about. Like, there's so much work and people and phone calls and all this kind of stuff that's happening. It's big. And so there's a lot that's going on. And we have submitted our project to both unions. We can say that we've submitted to ACTRA here in Canada and to SAG-AFTRA in the US. Like I mentioned yesterday in the update, because we are a union project, obviously, and Olivia Hussey is SAG-AFTRA, we have to obtain a interim agreement, a waiver from SAG, which would allow Olivia to work on It's Me Billy Chapter 2 during the strike, should the strike be on still, when we go to camera. And Bruce and I, we have a new production company, which I mentioned. Dark Chapter Pictures is our production company. Inc. Dark Chapter Pictures Incorporated. It is our new production company. This will be the first movie we are producing under the new banner. So we're very excited about that. We had to, we're also members of the CMPA, the Canadian Media Producers Association here in Canada, which we had to do as well in order to be able to produce this project. But we are not affiliated or associated with the AMPTP, which is the major body that SAG is striking against. So we do not fall under, and I actually don't think A24 is part of the AMPTP either. I think when you look it up, funny enough, you think they would be, and they might be eventually, but they're not at this moment, which is kind of crazy because you would have thought just off the top of your head that they would have.
Because they're so high profile.
That's it. So, but there's a lot of independent productions that are moving forward and that are trying to get in on the game and get these waivers so they can use SAG members. And we are one of those bodies. So we are waiting. We are hoping with all our hope that we can go to camera when we want to go to camera, which is at the end of November, following a similar schedule as chapter 1. The shooting dates would be November 20th to the 26th, and then December 9th back here in Toronto. Are we going to make those dates? It is entirely down to whether or not we get that interim agreement from SAG. And so I don't know if we, our fingers are crossed. If we do not get the interim agreement in time, then we will have to push the production. And if that is the case, then we would not try to cram it all in right before Christmas. That would just be crazy. We would push it from the end of November to likely the middle of January or end of January, somewhere in and around there is what we're thinking. So we're starting to build that contingency plan now because we have to be prepared. It's unfortunate. If the strike was not on, this wouldn't be an issue. But unfortunately, this is the reality when you are doing a production such as this and at this level. These are the things that we face, like every other major, I mean, not that we're a major Hollywood feature, but every other major professional production deals with, you know, whether you're a short film, feature film, whatever the case is. If you want to use union actors, SAG-AFTRA specifically, this is what you're faced with. And there's and we're not the only production that is sitting there going, come on, come on, come on.
No, not at all.
So we'll see. So anyway, Bruce, Yeah,
I was just going to add to what you're saying that, you know, just to reassure everybody, because we know how hard you work and how much you've supported us. You know, we're continuing to work in the background on anything and everything that we can. So like Dave mentioned earlier, you know, organizing the props, hiring the crew. Obviously we have everything, all the roles fully cast. Script is done. We've been making some refinements to the story, just further strengthening of the ideas and the structure of things and the scenes. You know, continuing to keep everybody appraised of what's going on. And then we're also working, like you said, you know, building our shot list and just organizing and coordinating all the other stuff, you know, getting the hotel lined up for the cast and crew, making sure we've got the catering company lined up, making sure we've got this, that, and the other thing lined up, because there's still so much other stuff that we're working on in the background to keep the momentum moving forward. So Dave and I have been talking. We're going to continue to talk and meet to look at specific dates, and we'll be reaching out to the different vendors, the different people that we're working with, you know, again, to confirm. And we have a particular date that we'll be looking at to basically call it the date that will be announcing to all of you and announcing to the performers, the crew, our vendors, you know, everybody involved, just letting them know, yes, in fact, we are pushing, or yes, in fact, we are moving ahead with the original scheduled dates. So we've kind of targeted the end of October to do that early, you know, like by November 1st, the latest, you know, October 30th, 31st, like somewhere in those few days is when we're going to make that announcement and make that call. So as we get close to that time, continue to watch for any email updates from the Indiegogo campaign, posts on socials, like all that stuff. So we'll continue to keep you informed. And again, just letting you know that we're actively working on all the stuff that we can while we're waiting for the stuff that we don't have any control over.
That's right.
And that's kind of where things are at the moment.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, no, that's it. And it's, you know, it's frustrating, but as I said, we're not the only production that's dealing with it. So, you know, I guess there's solace in that. you know, I guess.
Well, and to your points earlier, Dave, you know, I know in past streams, you know, something that we've made clear in our application is that we are a low budget, independent Canadian short film. It's crowdfunded. It's not for profit in the sense that, you know, there are no residuals or dividends or any money to be made off the back end. Dave and I don't make a penny,
not a dime
at all, in any way, shape, or form from the production. So, you know, it's fair to call it that, you know, not for profit production or project in of itself. So, you know, we're communicating those things, and we do fit the profile of the type of productions that SAG has been granting interim agreements to, and so it gives us reason to believe that we should be fine. It's just a matter of time.
That's right.
And So we're patiently waiting.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's exciting, at the same time. Bruce and I are breaking down the shot list right now, and
Hmm.
as he said, hiring crew, and it's exciting, when we're thinking about the shots and thinking about bringing this story to its conclusion. It is really exciting, and with, we can't tell you obviously what happens, but with how it all wraps up, and the way we illustrate that, I'll say,
Yeah.
is fun, and it is a complete story. It in terms of, it's not, well, I don't want to say too much, but it's not like, because people ask me, are you going to do a part 3 or 4? No, 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 no,
No,
no, no,
no.
no. This is Dark Chapter Pictures will move on to original content after this,
Yeah.
because that's how we
Yeah.
want, that's what we want to do. So, but yeah, so that's where we're at. It's not a done deal yet in terms of having to push. We still have about 6 weeks before we would have to make that call.
Yep.
And so hopefully between now and November the 1st, Halloween essentially, we will have that interim agreement, and we will be ready to go. Another thing that'll be disappointing is that my goal was to have a teaser trailer for Christmas Eve. And
Yeah.
the teaser trailer that we have in mind that we want to release on Christmas Eve is really exciting. It's one of those really, you know what I mean? It's a whole thing.
You're going to love it.
You're going to love it. Unfortunately, if we have to push the production into January, we won't be able to have, well, that's not true. I mean, there is a scene that we are planning on shooting, that we can shoot because it doesn't require Olivia to be on set. So there is a scene that we may be able to shoot, but whether or not there's anything in that scene that is good for a teaser, maybe it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
So you may have
Or maybe
something.
it'll be like an excerpt or something.
Yeah,
from,
something,
like they do that sometimes.
yeah, like
with
a
movies where they
30-second
show you
clip,
just-
or
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, maybe. But it's definitely not what we would have rather have done. But who knows? Like I said, there's still 6 weeks to go, and it's entirely possible that we could have it. But that's where we're at. So we're at the mercy of SAG-AFTRA at the moment, and there's nothing we can do legally. There's nothing we can do. So we have to wait, and that's where we're at. So and then of course with that. One of the reasons why I'm doing this stream is because Bruce and I, obviously, we raised our production budget. As I always say, a production budget should never be an arbitrary number. It's not like you think, I think we'll need this, and that's just what you roll with. You
Right.
always break down as close to actuals as you possibly can, and so you get that nice ballpark. And we did, and the money we raised, we did really well. Looking at what we raised and what the costs of certain things ended up being, we're well within the range of being able to do this movie 100%. However, having said that, because of the situation happening right now with SAG and all that, and because certain costs have gone up in certain areas and things like that, we feel that maybe padding our contingency would be in our best interest. Not, we don't mean like $50,000 or anything like that.
No,
but just
no.
padding that contingency just a little bit more would help the production a lot, actually.
For those unforeseen costs and things that come up that, and as organized and as well planned as you can be, there's still things that, continuously come up. And I think one of the biggest challenges that we have faced is no matter how tight we budget things, right?
Yeah.
With inflation and with, a few other things that are happening within our economy, it's causing the price of things to rise. And, we've budgeted well for it, but there's been a couple things on the budget that you kind of go, oh, that's a little bit more expensive than what we were originally told it was going to be.
That's it.
And what we originally looked at when we put this together. And, it's not due to being irresponsible or
No.
not paying attention or incompetency, not at all.
No,
In fact, quite the contrary.
It's quite the contrary. We've been
yeah.
we've been extremely diligent, and probably more so than most people,
Right.
which is why we're able to actually do a lot of the things we're able to do with the money that we've raised. But there's just that little bit more we'd like to raise, and I thought a fun way to a fun incentive to get. Well, I'll get to that in a second. A fun incentive is to make something out of it. And that, of course, as many of you know, is the epic Halloween stream that I want to do on Saturday, October the 28th, 2023. And for those of you that don't know what that is, I want to sit my I don't know if I want to, but I want to do it, but I will definitely do it. I will sit my
especially Halloween 5.
Oh yeah, right? I'm in on it, Bruce.
Your favorite.
Halloween 5, and I love it. I love Halloween 5. I love it. Love it.
You saved the best. You saved the best for last.
Exactly. Exactly. No,
watch it with your eyes closed.
That's it. But I'm going to sit my ass down here on the 28th of October, and we're all going to watch Halloween 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 back to back to back to back to back. I'll have some guests on, maybe a couple giveaways, and we'll break for some munchies or whatever. And it's going to be, when I add up the runtime of those 5 movies, it all adds up to about just the runtime of the movies adds up to about 7.5 hours. So you factor in,
solid work day.
A solid work day. You factor in going to the bathroom, coming back, taking a break. It's probably going to be an 8.5 hour stream. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even 9. So I thought that would be a fun thing. I don't know if anybody in our community has ever done that. So I thought that would be a really fun thing to do. But of course, I want there to be an incentive in order for that to happen. I thought that it would help the campaign out and help us out in terms of our contingency, and something that I'm able to give back to you guys as well. Now, and keep in mind, the money raised through the Indiegogo campaign, everything, it doesn't go into our pockets. It's not something that we take and we spend how we see fit. We're going to buy a new car. We're going to buy a new home. That's not how that works. It goes into our business account for Dark Chapter Pictures and right into the production of the film. We just feel 100%. That, you know what, raising that little bit extra would be fine. So there are three ways to make this epic Halloween stream a reality. And if we don't do it, I won't do the Halloween stream. That's the deal. I mean, I can't.
We got to reach the goal.
Yeah, we have to reach the goal. I mean, I can't not reach the goal and just go, oh, I'll do it anyway. What's the point of that? It's like telling your kid to clean the room. The kid doesn't clean the room, but you still give him ice cream. You can't do that. That's not how you do it, folks. So, and I feel that the goals are absolutely reasonable, 100% reasonable. So what they are, I just want to go back over here. What they are is these are the 3 ways. And by the way, we've already accomplished close to one of them, but these are the 3 ways that the epic Halloween stream will happen. You ready, folks? If you're watching, here we go. Number 1 is get the double blue perk on the Indiegogo campaign. So that's the 2 movies, right? Chapter 1 and 2. Get the double blue perk to 303 units sold. It's currently sitting at, let me see here. It is currently sitting at 212. So that's what, 91 more, I guess, or something like that. So I think that's absolutely achievable. And so get the double blue perk to 303 units sold. It's currently at 212, and sell off the last 2 associate producer perks. But guess what? Last night we sold off 1. So there's only 1 associate producer perk left. And I want to give this person a shout out. They are.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Big shout out to our newest associate producer, which is Clint Mitchell. Clint Mitchell. Thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate that. So there's only 1 associate producer perk left. We sell that associate producer perk and get the double blues to 303 units sold. The epic Halloween stream will happen. And
it's going to be epic.
Oh, it's going to be epic, baby. It's going to be, you have no idea. Look at these people just sitting there chatting in the chat room. Yeah, whatever, Dave. No. Anyway, so, or if we don't do it that way, sell off 1 more executive producer perk. One more executive producer perk. Just 1 more executive producer perk, and that'll do it. Or, listen, look how hard I'm trying for you guys here. Look all the options. I'm trying. And somebody's going to be like, it never happened. Well, where were you? Anyway, so 3C, sell off all remaining advanced screening perks. So there's only 20.
And that's a worthwhile one.
Oh,
that's worthwhile.
dude, I'm surprised more haven't sold. There's only
because we sold those out on the first campaign,
we did,
if I'm not mistaken.
We did.
And there's other, like, remember with a lot of these perks, there's other stuff that you get with it.
That's
too,
right.
Right.
That's 100% correct.
Yeah.
So there's only 30 advanced screening perks available, but 8 have sold. There's only 22 left. So if we sell 22 advanced screening perks, the epic Halloween stream will happen. So one of those 3 things, the epic Halloween stream will happen. So what is the advanced screening perk? Well, it's $350 Canadian, about 260 something US, but with it, you get to see It's Me Billy Chapter 2 before anybody else. It's the advanced screening. You will see it before anybody else. It'll be a YouTube private link. You'll get to sit in on it with, cast, crew. We'll watch the movie, Q&A, all that kind of stuff. We did it for Chapter 1. It was a huge success and a lot of fun. Yeah. So you get that. You get your name in the end credits. You get the digital download package, which is Chapter 2, digitally, a digital copy of the poster, the script, images. You get an It's Me Billy Chapter 2 t-shirt, and you get It's Me Billy Chapter 2 on Blu-ray. I mean, come on.
And remember, there's special features that will come on that Blu-ray,
that's it,
including the trailers, the teaser. On the last film, we did a BTS featurette.
That's it.
And we plan to do something similar for this one too. So, just keep in mind that kind of stuff comes with it.
That's it. So, and there's 22 of those left, and we sell all 22 of those, the epic Halloween stream will happen. Now listen, as I've said many times, if we get close, we sell 21. We sell 300 instead of 303, Blu-rays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll still do it. But I'm not doing it right now. Not at this stage. Nope. So if we don't sell anything between now and the end of October, sorry guys, it's just the way it is. Now, and again, I'm not trying to be a dink. I'm just saying that that's the trade-off, right? And so it's absolutely fair. In terms of achievable, the goals, right? It's not like I'm saying we got to sell 5 executive producer perks. We got to sell 900 Blu-rays. I mean, that's just like, Dave, come on, dude. Like, seriously? Like, come on, bro. Like, bruh. Come on, bruh. But this is absolutely achievable. And it's great because you're doing a great thing because you're helping us out in terms of the contingency part of the It's Me Billy Chapter 2 production budget. So, and it would help us a great deal. So I'm going to put the link in the chat room right now, and I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat. Let me just pin it.
And while you're doing that, I'll just say to everybody, just have a few minutes left, Dave, and then and I apologize, everybody. It's just that there's another thing going on, another appointment that I've got. So I can't cancel it, can't reschedule, have to step to it.
No worries.
So that's why I have to step away. But I did want to say too, I know that there was a viewer, someone who I know follows you, Dave. They had reached out earlier this week, and maybe you talked about this already on one of the streams, but some of you may have noticed that yes, the house was listed for sale, but it does not affect, and I repeat, it does not affect our film shoot. We have been in touch with the film owner. I mean, the house owner. We've been in touch with the house owner.
Yes.
And John, really great guy, really awesome. And shout out to him and his family. Anyway, everything is in a good place. We're in good shape. And we just we learned more about it, and no reason for any concern. Everything's in a good place, and we're still able to move forward with filming, so it doesn't jeopardize anything. And just wanted to mention that and reassure you, because I'm sure some folks have been talking about it online, and just wanted to address that with you. So just letting you know. So keep that in mind. So we're all good to go, and we're really excited. And hey, if any of you out there decide to buy that house down the road,
That's it.
you can always rent it for film productions.
You never know. You never know.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, but to your point,
I was saying to Dave, like, I want to buy it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. It's a few $1,000,000, but whatever.
Yeah.
So
it's just chump change.
It's just it's chump change. It's chump change. We'll make that at the box office. Whatever. We'll just do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the link is pinned at the top of the chat. That's what this stream is about. Anybody who donates to the campaign tonight will get a shout out from me here, of course. And you're doing something that is really, now, of course, you don't have to pick up those perks. You can pick up a t-shirt or a hoodie, but keep in mind, those things don't go towards the Epic Halloween stream. So I have to sort of, lay out what it is. And I believe in this community that we can do that 100%. We had Clint Mitchell out of nowhere step up and pick up an associate producer perk. It's like, holy shit, there's one associate producer perk left. Is there somebody out there that wants to become an associate producer? I don't know. Maybe. You never know. So
it's definitely one of our, like, in terms of the perks that are sort of a little bit higher on the what's it called? Like on the scale, I'll say, for lack of a better term.
Yes.
But it's definitely our most popular out of any of those, aside from the ones that sold out pretty quick, which were the having your picture in the movie.
Yes.
Which I know is also super popular.
We've
thought of a couple of creative ways that we're going to be incorporating everyone's images into the film, those that bought that particular perk. So
that's it.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah, we're excited. Like, it's seriously like, everybody out there, like Dave's been hustling, working hard. So have I. It's there's so much going on. And just before I step away, I just wanted to say a big thank you and big shout out to everybody, and just for everybody who's continued to support the film, support us. And it's really cool. And again, humbling, like I've always said, and just really cool to know that, you have people that believe in you, and we definitely don't want to disappoint. And we're excited to bring you our best. So we've been working hard for you and for ourselves too. So we're excited what we're going to bring to the screen. And I think you're going to like it. I think you're really going to like it. It's going to be a great conclusion to the story, and we've got some really great moments, dark mood, atmosphere, all that good stuff Dave talks about.
Like it's such a cool project to be a part of, guys, because like I said, even if you're not the biggest Black Christmas fan, it's horror history what we're doing. And I think it's something to be really excited about. You want to get your name in the end credits of that. You want to have that on your shelf. Just say, hey, I made that happen. I'm a part of that. That's big. That's big what we're doing. And there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes right now to help make this a reality. This is not, it's the biggest, most complicated thing I've ever worked on. And when I say complicated, I don't mean like, I just mean the terms of the logistics. It's, there's a lot of
the complexity of all
the complexity. Yes, exactly. And so, but it's going to be worth it, at the end. It's going to be worth it. So, all right, Bruce. Well, listen, thanks for joining us. I know you have to skedaddle. I will take it over from here and see if we can raise a few funds for our contingency. And I will talk to you. Well, I'll talk to you later tomorrow. We're talking every day now. So I mean, it's, that's what ends up happening. But I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Yeah. Awesome. Great to see you. See you, everybody. And stay safe. Yeah, we'll see you again soon.
All right. See you later, Bruce.
Right, later. Bye.
All right. So there you have it, folks. There you have it. So let me just hang on a sec here. Let me go over to the other. Hang on, I want to go to the other screen here, and I want to. I just want to close that down, and I want to. Bring this over. Oh, no, it's doing its thing. There we go. There we go. Okay. Bring that up like that. Okay. So. Oh, wait. There we are. Oh. There we go. There we go. There we go. Just want to make sure I got me in there. I'm going to move myself down like that. And then, okay, ladies and gentlemen, where are you people? Go over there like that. Okay, ladies and germs. Where are you guys? There you are. Okay. Now, I know a super chat did come in from, and there was a super chat from somebody else on the other stream I had to close down. Super chat from Oliver Mercer, £10, says, regarding original IP, concept characters within fan films, would there be any way to receive money for original written characters, as I have quite a few? You see, so I'm just curious. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Original characters in a fan film? I would say probably not. It's based on the IP, the intellectual property. And if the intellectual property is something you do not own, you can't make money off of it. So even if you have an original character within a film and a story or part of an IP you don't own the IP. So I think that's probably how I would answer that, Oliver. So the link is pinned to the top of the chat, and I would like to see. Hang on, I'm just going over here. Yeah, Warren Armour says Bob Clark was taken too soon. He was. He passed away in 2007. Yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, I would love to get the contingencies up. So that's what I'd like to do today. This is not a stream where we're trying to raise, $150,000 or anything like that. We just want to raise a little bit more. And so if you have yet to pick up your Blu-ray, head over to the campaign at the top of the link. There's the featured perk. The very first perk you're going to come across, you'll see it here on the screen. The very first perk that you're going to come across, there it is the double blue perk. And now remember, that price is $90 Canadian, but it's cheaper for you in the US. Okay. And with that, you get both movies, both chapter 1 and chapter 2. We've sold 212. I want to get that as close to 303 as we possibly can. That's one of the stipulations. And sell off the last associate producer perk. Look at this here. Let me scroll all the way down to the associate producer perk. And we've got look at that. Only one left. Only one left. With the associate producer perk, you get It's Me Billy Chapter 2 on Blu-ray. You get invited onto my show, McCrae Live, as a guest. You don't have to. If you're camera shy, you don't have to. I'm just saying that's part of the package. You are more than welcome to. You get an advanced screening. You get the advanced screening. You get a signed poster. You get the digital download package. You get an It's Me Billy Chapter 2 t-shirt. You get your name as an associate producer on IMDb as well. And you get your name at the end credits under the associate producers. We had 15 spots available. There's only one left. That price point is Canadian. Remember, it is cheaper for you guys in the States, but look at what you get with it. It's pretty darn good if you ask me. So there's only one of those left. If we sell that off, that means we're that much closer to the epic Halloween live stream. We just got to get if we sell that off, like for example, if we sold that off tonight, then all that's left is to get the Blu-rays up. And I think it's absolutely achievable, 100% indeed. Or we sell off one executive producer perk. That's it. Just one executive. Why can't I see that? One executive producer perk. We sell that off and that's the total package. You get everything with that, right? So $8,000 Canadian, but it's a lot cheaper for you in the States. So, yeah. And then of course, look at that. There's 22 advanced premiere, just 22 of these. If we sell all 22 of those, the epic Halloween stream is happening on Saturday, October the 28th. I will sit down and watch Halloween 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Maybe there'll be a bonus movie. Maybe there won't be, but you never know. But I'm just saying that's what the plan is. And that's going to happen. If we sell all those off, the advanced screening perk, again, keep in mind, $350 Canadian, probably close to $100 cheaper for you in the States. Maybe it might be $260 or something like that. But with that, you get to see It's Me Billy Chapter 2 before anybody else. You get your name in the end credits. You get the Blu-ray. You get the t-shirt. You get the digital download package. I mean, it's It's a good deal, if you ask me. So that's how to do it. That is how to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get that up today. So anybody out there who wants to help out with the campaign, the link is pinned to the top of the chat room. Just hit that link, go over and let me know. Hey, thank you, Tabitha. 1,112 US for an associate producer per. Great. Awesome. Thank you so much. So there you go. Thank you, Tabitha. I really appreciate that. So close to 500, close to close to $400 cheaper. Man, the exchange rate's crazy, isn't it? And the margins just get wider and wider and wider the more expensive things get. But yeah. And then of course you have Davey Deathray who's in the chat. Davey Deathray is one of our associate producers. He came up to me at Mad Monster in Arizona and said, Dave, I just want to let you know that I've become an associate producer on chapter 2, man. I love what you're doing. This is going to be awesome. I want to be part of it. Awesome stuff. So Davey, again, thank you so much for being on board. Really, really, really appreciate that. We have a super chat that comes in from Josh McKenna, sends in $9.99, says, I got a double blue way back, but I recently got a raise and I just wanted to donate because I'm looking forward to chapter 2. I can't wait. That's okay too, man. You're absolutely allowed to do that. Hey, listen, this is not what I only want people to do. If people want to buy a hoodie or a t-shirt or donate, $50 or whatever, that's totally fine too. That's totally fine too. And if for whatever reason we were able to raise in donations the amount equivalent to what those perks would be, then I would probably do the Epic Halloween stream. But the probability of that is lower because the probability is higher when there's incentive and people get something for the donation, right? That's why I've structured it that way. But I would absolutely let you know if that was to happen. I'd say, hey folks, don't worry about it. We've raised enough in donations and the Epic Halloween stream is going to happen. Now you might ask, well, what number is that? Well, it's probably between $5,000 and $9,000, like somewhere in there. That's pretty much what we're looking to raise, right? It would be great to have closer to $9,000 because keep in mind, Indiegogo takes their percentage, right? But I would say the minimum is 5 and the top end is like, 9, 10, somewhere in there. Like in that ballpark is what we're looking to raise, a bit of extra for that contingency. And like we were discussing earlier when Bruce was on, it's a very real situation. And we absolutely have enough to do what we need to do and everything's great, but there's certain fees that are popping up, certain things because of inflation, certain things that are starting to kind of creep in a little bit. Obviously the SAG-AFTRA strike doesn't make things easy. And there's just, there's that little bit of extra. We're like, you know what, we could use that little bit extra. So let's turn to our team. Let's turn to everybody out there and see, maybe there's people out there that didn't donate the first time around, that were thinking about it, but we're not sure about it. If you have yet to see It's Me Billy Chapter 1, I encourage you to watch it on my YouTube channel, just YouTube, It's Me Billy. It will be the first thing that pops up. You'll get to see the kind of movie and sort of our style and the production value and all that. I mean, it's a real movie, folks. It's a fan film, but again, we take this very seriously. We are shooting, total pro. So, and in order to do that, obviously you have to raise a lot of money. But if you have yet to check out that film and you're a big Black Christmas fan, or you like the original, or, whatever, check it out. It is the spooky season after all, even though I know it's technically not, Christmas time yet. But check it out. It's on my channel, and that'll give you some insight into sort of the caliber and the quality of film that you can expect with Chapter 2. And folks, as I've said many times, we are so excited about Chapter 2. It is the only thing that is causing that extra stress right now is, of course, the SAG-AFTRA strike. And unfortunately, it does affect us. Like we said at the top of the show, for those of you that maybe are just tuning in, we are a union production, obviously. So we had to submit our project to SAG-AFTRA. We are in a queue now. We are waiting for an interim agreement that would allow Olivia Hussey to work on It's Me Billy Chapter 2. Without that interim agreement, we are legally not allowed to have her on the project. We can't just have her on the project. It has to be done this way. But because Dark Chapter Pictures, our new independent production company, is not associated with the AMPTP. We are one of those production companies and productions that are eligible for an interim agreement, a waiver that will allow a SAG-AFTRA member to work on our project, because we are not one of the struck companies. And so that's a positive, but with that comes a long waiting list. And so, that's adding some stress, but in the meantime, props are being built and delivered. The shot list is being created. Crew is being hired. We have submitted to ACTRA as well. We have to submit to ACTRA as well, because obviously the union here in Canada is ACTRA. We're using Canadian actors. So we're dealing with 2 unions. So, imagine dealing with 1 union, we're dealing with 2. And we have to do that legally. So there's a lot of things going on, and a lot of little sort of costs that creep up here and there that Bruce and I thought, we could use, some extra for our contingency. So that's what this is about, folks. And any chance that you can help out or spread the word and get that up, I will do that Halloween stream, right? So I think it's a good deal. Let's see if we can get it up today. If you haven't picked up your Blu-rays yet, head over to the campaign. It's at the top of the chat room, the link. Head over there. There's the very first perk you'll see. It says featured perk. That's the double blue. There's 212 of those sold. If we can get those to 303 and sell off the last associate producer perk, I'm going to do the epic Halloween stream. I will do the epic Halloween stream, folks. Come on. I know there are crazies out there right now. Again, only if you can afford it, right? Don't get crazy and start spending money if you literally cannot afford it. But I trust that those who donate to the campaign are doing so because they are in a position to do so. I know it should go without saying, but so I would, folks, that epic Halloween stream is going to be so much fun. We start at like 9 a.m. We start with the original Halloween, and we just go in order. Halloween 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe there's going to be an extra one. I don't know. I'm going to see if I get some guests on to help me watch a couple of the movies. We'll have some munchies, some Halloween candy. It's 3 days before Halloween. Dude, I mean, it'd be so much. I don't think anybody in our community has ever done that. Has anybody in our community ever done that? I don't know. I'm not really sure. But I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. So let's see if we can get those numbers up right now. That is the point of this stream, folks. You can ask me questions, of course, but I'm just saying, like the streams in May and June, there is a focus, obviously, on this. Now is the time to do it. Who out there wants to see It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 before anybody else? Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would jump at that. Well, here's your opportunity to do it. Remember, you get Billy on Blu-ray, t-shirt, digital download package. You get to see the movie before anybody else. You get your name in the end credits. Check it out. There's only, if we sell off the remainder, 22 of those. That's it. If we sell those off, then the epic Halloween stream is happening. Or one, like, is there anybody out there that wants to come on as an associate producer? On It's Me, Billy Chapter 2. There's one associate producer perk left. Just one. And when it's gone, it's gone. It's gone. And you will be credited in the movie and on IMDb as an associate producer. So I'm just saying. Let me see here. Let me go over to the chat room here. Davey Deathray says, really hope for the resolution that is fair and long lasting for the writers and actors. I absolutely agree. 100%. I absolutely agree that I hope, I hope so too. I hope so too. I hope so too. I think it's important that, that they get what's fair and all that and are feel valued and respected. You know what I mean? I absolutely agree. I want to address this. Joey Smits says, dude, you raised $150K. You should do the stream anyway. Okay, so let me address this in a very professional, courteous way. Okay? Here's how this works. We raised $149,814 Canadian, right? Now, Indiegogo takes their percentage of that. They've taken about $13,000 to $14,000 from that. Okay, full transparency. They've taken about that much. It's about 8 to 9% of that. Okay, so they've taken that. All right. When you are producing a film like this, okay, as I've said from the very beginning, that there are costs, or that the number you ask for should never be an arbitrary number. So the process in that is, what you do is you start getting, not actuals. Well, you can get actuals with certain things, and that just means like actual numbers that you can lock in. But for the most part, because you're building a budget so far in advance, you have to get as close to actuals as you can, but they're usually ballpark, right? So you reach out to certain vendors, you reach out to hotels and to airlines and to, locations, and, and you start to build a budget. And when you come up with the ballpark of what you think you need, and then you base it on sort of what things cost last time, catering, all that kind of stuff. And then you add, inflation to it and all that. And then you come up with a number. And the number we came up with was 120,000 Canadian. And we raised more than that, which was great. Of course, Indiegogo takes their percentage as well, right? But that's fantastic. And then what ends up happening is that then you start to get to work, and you start to get to work in pre-production. So, and now we've gone from a non-union shoot to a union shoot. So now we're dealing with ACTRA here in Canada. We're dealing with SAG-AFTRA in the US. With that are extra fees like health and pension and union fees and all that kind of stuff. And then you start to build certain things, and little costs come up and things like that. And that is just the natural process of inflation and the natural process of starting to now get into the actuals and build things. So now, let's say the catering for the week is you had budgeted, let's say, I don't know, 7,000, but now it's actually really 8,200. Well, it's not bad. That's pretty good. Like, you weren't that far off, but that's an extra cost, right? You know what I mean? And why is that? Well, that's because certain things have gone up over the time, and this has gone up, and you know what? It was this cost back then, but now it's up like this because there's a lot of those things, right? A lot of those things. I can understand that, when somebody who has never done this before in their life just looks at 150,000 and says, well, you have $150,000, so you should just be able to just take that and make a movie. And that's true. That's true. But when you are making this kind of a movie and you're bringing Olivia Hussey on board and you are a union shoot, there's a lot of different factors that go into this kind of a film as opposed to a non-union shoot with your buddies in your backyard. This is a very different level, a very different scale. And so there are certain costs that do creep up here and there. And we thought, you know what? Let's see if we can raise just a little bit more for contingency. Maybe it'll actually help make back some of that money that we lost to Indiegogo, right? You know what I'm saying? And we can raise that, back a little bit more, kind of just amp it up a little bit. No harm, no foul. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do, right? Now, to take the mindset of you raise this much, you should just do it anyway. I disagree with that. And the reason why I disagree with that is because I have done over 1,000 videos on this channel for free. I'm doing this stream right now for free. I have never, ever in my life asked anybody to send in super chats in terms of it's always volunteer. I do my best to get through as much people as I possibly can, depending on how many people are in the live stream. Sometimes I get a lot of super chats and there's a lot to go through, and I can't get to everybody in terms of the ones that are not sending in the super chats, because the super chats obviously take priority. I have done my best to keep this channel as free-flowing and fun and not so, heavy-handed in terms of the financial side of things. And I do have a YouTube membership, which is great. That helps to raise some extra money for the channel. And that's awesome, but that's not a prerequisite. It's not like I stopped doing all the free shows to focus on, shows behind it. I didn't put Two Dudes behind a paywall. I didn't put McRae Live behind a paywall. It's just extra stuff if people want to help out, right? I'm not forcing anybody to help out if they don't want to, right? You know what I'm saying? However, this is, even though it's not for profit, it's a not-for-profit film, the scale of this production it's like a business. And so I have to do what's best for this film, for this project. And what that is, you know what? We need to raise a little bit of extra money. Hey, here's a cool idea. I know what I'll do. Maybe some fans out there. If you can't do it and you don't want to do it, that's okay. I'm not forcing you to do it. If you think it's a dumb idea and you think I'm selfish and all, that's okay. You're allowed to feel that way. If you feel entitled and that I should just do it anyway, I disagree with you. I absolutely disagree with you. So I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm doing. I think the expectations are realistic. I think the goals are absolutely achievable. And I think it's fair because what I'm going to do on October the 28th benefits you. You get to watch it for free, even if you don't donate. You do understand that if we reach our goal of what I want, it's not like only the people that get the Blu-rays to 303, only those people get to watch it. No, it's for everybody. So you can sit at home on your fat ass and not do anything and not donate to the campaign at all and still watch the Halloween stream for free. It's still free. It's free for everybody to watch. There's just an incentive behind it to help out the Indiegogo campaign. For those that want to, for those that believe in the project, that want to step up and yeah, you know what, that'd be awesome. If you're not in a position to do that, or if you don't like that, that's okay. That's totally okay. But I disagree with you that I should just do it anyway. That's not how this works. It ain't personal, it's business. And I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm doing at all. I've given over 1,200 shows on this channel for free and done so many streams and so many things where there's never been anything like that. This is just, and it's not like it goes to me. Keep that in mind. It doesn't go to me. It goes to the campaign. It's not like I want the money to put in my pocket so I can go down the street and buy a Ferrari. That's not what this is. This is just extra contingency for the film. You know, when those little costs that tend to creep up once you start getting into the weeds, and we're like, you know what, we should raise maybe $5,000 or $6,000 more, just so we have that cushion here as we really start to get into it. And that's what it is. So I disagree. That's how I'm going to answer that. To me, that feels like a selfish, entitled thing on your part. I don't have to do fuck all if I don't want to. And, but I choose to sit down here and have fun and hang out and whatever. And the shows are free. The channel's free. Nobody's paying for anything. And that's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about. So, I just think it's important that we understand that this is not something. And look, I get it, right? I get it. You know, somebody online asking for donations. What's this all about? But I believe in total transparency. And if there's one thing that you can count on, look at It's Me, Billy, Chapter 1, right? We raised $60,000 Canadian. We were transparent with our backers. It was during COVID. There was delays and all that. And we kept people informed and everybody got everything they needed. And you know, I think our record, myself and Bruce, our record speaks for itself and how we handle it. We're honest, we're transparent, we're not fucking around here. This is the reality. And if we raise the contingency, we raise the contingency. If we don't, we don't, right? I mean, that's just the reality of it. But it doesn't hurt to ask. And I thought people would be more willing to help again if there was this really cool incentive behind it. That's all. That's all it is. But if you can't do it and you don't want to, that's okay. But I don't think I should just sit my ass down for 9 hours anyway. I don't think that's very fair either. Yes, that's right, Joey. You are correct. You are correct. That's right. It has zero cost, and it's something that I'm sure but it's not zero cost. It's my time. Okay? It's my time. Remember, I have to sit down for 9 hours and watch 5 or 6 movies. It's my time. We're not talking about a stream that's, you know, a McRae Live. We're talking about a 9-hour stream where I'm talking all day at an energy level and a performance level like how I, you know, normally am. So have you ever heard the saying that time is money, money is time, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think this is absolutely fair, what I'm asking here, that I feel that if I'm going to sit my ass down for 9 hours and watch 5 or 6 movies, I want there to be an incentive. And remember, that money doesn't go into my pocket. So I'm kind of still doing it for free. I'm just doing it for the movie. I'm doing it for the movie, right? So I disagree with that. And you're right. There are a lot of people that would love to see it. Well, you know, that's the deal, right? That's the deal. If we achieve 303 Blu-rays, 303 of the double blues, or and the last associate producer perk, or one more executive producer perk, or all the advanced screening perks gone, I will sit down and I will do it. And I've already made it easier. Remember, it began as 500 double blues sold. It began as that, and then I whittled it down and whittled it down. Now I've given 3 different options, right? I'm really trying to make this, relatively easy, right? You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe or agree that I should just sit my ass down for nothing for 9 hours just because people want to see it. That's not how it works, man. That's not how it works. All right, let me get some super chats here. And how we doing? Anybody want to come in and buy a Blu-ray? Anybody at all? Let's see if we can do it. What do we got? It looks like we might have had somebody come in. Let me see. Or hey, it may not have been a Blu-ray. Maybe it was just a donation. We'll see. We'll see what that is here in a second. Let me go over and take a look. What happened? So yeah, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Hey, you know what? This might be a good Christmas gift for somebody, Black Christmas fan in your life. You never know. So we've got, we just had 2 donations, which is awesome. That's awesome too. Josh McKenna sends in $50. Sean Sheridan donated $5. There you go, Sean. Doing what he can. Love it. Let me see here. I know there was a, hang on, I want to get that other super chat. Where did it go here? There it is. Jonathan Clancy says, the last half hour of Halloween 5 is amazing, and I also hope your upcoming film is amazing. Well, thank you, Jonathan. Really appreciate that. Sending in €5. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed the last half of Halloween 5. Eddie Chase sends in $19.99. Thank you, Eddie. Says, loved you and Miko and Dylan's New Nightmare. Thank you. Strong performances. Don't hate me, but it felt a little short and arbitrary in why he came back. Was it because Dylan's guilt of his mom? Also, the shrink's house scene felt like Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Was she asleep? Well, those are questions you got to ask Cecil Laird. Remember, I'm not the writer. I didn't write Dylan's New Nightmare. I didn't produce Dylan's New Nightmare. I didn't direct Dylan's New Nightmare. All I can say is that it feels short because it is. It's the first sort of part of a larger story, very much like It's Me, Billy. And so there is more that they would love to do. And there's a much bigger arc for Dylan and Freddie and his mom. And I mean, you haven't seen anything yet. So if you really like Dylan's New Nightmare, the hope is you'll come out and support a sequel to see the rest. Exactly what Vincent DeSanti did with Never Hike Alone. Exactly what we've done with It's Me, Billy. We created the first part and people came out in droves, which was amazing. And now we have the second part on the horizon, which is great as well. So yeah. Stephen Poirier says, Dave, it's your time. It's your time down here. Yeah, it's your time. Well, it is, right? I think, I would like to think that this really isn't a big deal. Listen, if you don't want to support it, if you don't care to support it, if you don't have the money to support it, but you would love to, whatever the case is, that's totally fine. Nobody's forcing anybody to do anything, but you will always have people that, and I'm not saying that this gentleman was necessarily, but you will always have some people that feel entitled that I should just do it anyway. It's like, no, that's not how business works. That's not how it works. I mean, this is a bit, we can't make any profit from it, but we are running a business here in the time that we are. Movies are businesses, right? So, and so we are running a business And because we're trying to get a movie made and we need some extra for contingency. So we're like, you know what? Let's go out and see if we can raise a little bit of extra. And last night, Clint Mitchell became an associate producer, which is awesome, amazing. There's one associate producer perk left. Listen, if anything, I would love to at least sell off the last associate producer perk. The last associate producer perk. I would love to sell that off. I think that would be so, there's just one left, you know what I'm saying? And that would be great. That would be great to sell off. And then let's see if we can get the double blue perks up, you know, or, you know, the total up. And like I said, the goals are so achievable. They're very much, they're within reach. I mean, it's not like I'm saying hey, we're at 212 and we got to get to 1,000 Blu-rays sold. That's not what I'm saying. It's less than 100. Less than 100. We just need a lot of people to step up. Hey, listen, there's 126 people right now in the chat room. 126 people right now in the chat room. Now, no doubt, some of those people probably already have their Blu-rays, right? Some of those people already have their Blu-rays, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, let's see here. So let me just go to the calculator, and 303 minus 212. So we need 91. 91, ladies and gentlemen, for all you out there watching around the world. We need the double blue perk. So let me just go back to the main page here. We need so there we are. We need 91 more of these. So we need 91 more people to pick up this perk. Just 91 more people to pick up that perk. It's the double blue perk. You'll own It's Me Billy Chapter 1 and 2. You're going to own Black Christmas Horror History. Your name's going to be in the end credits. You get the digital download package with this as well. And of course, it comes with special features, BTS featurette, trailers, all that kind of juicy, fun stuff. And that's awesome. And, you know, I mean, hey, that's pretty darn cool. 91 more of those. There's 131 people in the chat. Now, no doubt, some of those people already have their Blu-ray. That's cool. So let's say, okay, instead of 131, let's say, hey, are there 91 people watching right now around the world that want to pick this up right now? See, as I've always said, folks, you reach your goals not because of a couple of individuals coming in with a really high, you know, tier. That happens. I mean, obviously we have sold off 3 executive producer perks and there's, you know, 13 associates or 14 associates now, but that's not how campaigns are usually won, right? Campaigns aren't usually won with somebody just dropping one big bomb. They're usually won by a lot of people coming in low, like picking up Blu-rays and all that kind of stuff. So there's 131 people in the chat. Are there 91 people, or hey, maybe that's too much. Are there 50 people right now watching that could click on the link at the top of the chat and pick up this perk? You know what I mean? I mean, hey, listen, are you a Black Christmas fan? Maybe not. Are you a horror fan? Do you like horror history? You know, we all know that the original Black Christmas was released in 1974. We know that it predates Halloween by 4 years, right? We know that it is one of the first slasher films ever. We know that Olivia Hussey is one of the first final girls ever, right? We know that Olivia Hussey is coming back, just saying. This is horror history right there. We know that it is, even if you're not a Black Christmas fan, in terms of it just, you know, you're not really big on it, most of the time, people who are not, like there's lots of movies that I'm not big on, but I recognize its cultural and historical significance, right? And so there's lots of movies I might not care for, but I recognize its impact and I recognize its cultural significance. And, you know, Black Christmas might be one of those films for a lot of people that they recognize the cultural significance. And you know what? They may not be crazy on it, but here's an opportunity for you to help me out. Right? I mean, maybe you're not crazy on it. Look, you get this in the mail. Maybe you're never going to open it. Maybe you take it out as, you know, use it as a, you know, Frisbee for your dog. I don't know. Or you sit it on your shelf with your other media and you're just like, that's really cool. I helped to make that happen. My name is in the end credits of chapter 2. That's really awesome. You know what I'm saying? And it helps me out, helps the campaign out. And like I said to you back in May and June, I said that there wasn't going to be anything through the summer, and there wasn't. We didn't do any streams like this through the summer. But I said, it's possible that come the fall, once we're really into the weeds of pre-production, I said that there may be a stream or two here and there to help raise that contingency a little bit, because then we're going to start getting actuals, inflation, all that kind of stuff. And so here we are, right? And again, it's not a huge amount that we're looking to raise, right? It's like I said, it's an extra $5,000 to $8,000 somewhere in there would help us out a lot. And 138 people now in the chat. And all it would take is 91 of those 138 people to pick up the double blue right now. Right now, that's all it would take. And we are almost there. The epic Halloween. Think about that for a moment. Think about that for a moment. Now, I understand that getting one person to do something, let alone 90 people to do something, I get it. Chances are that 90 of the 132 people that are watching right now are not going to go do that. That's just life. And I get that. And I understand that. And no harm, no foul, right? It's up to them. It's their money. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. But imagine that. If you really want the epic Halloween stream to happen, that's all it would take. And there's actually enough people watching right now. I don't know if there's enough people that maybe haven't, maybe not, but there's enough people watching right now where we can make that a reality, or we can get close. Maybe 91 is too aggressive for this stream. Well, what about 20? There's 132 people watching right now. Are there 20 people right now in the chat that could pick that up? That's a great start, right? That's a great start. And if you do, whoever does it, I'll shout out your name here on the stream. I'll shout out your name on the stream for sure. But that's all it could take. That's all it could take, folks. I'm just saying. And then it's about inching towards, we still have over a month, right? The epic Halloween stream, I did not schedule it until October the 28th. We still have over a month, but let's take in stages. Yeah. Getting 91 people right now. Listen, if 91 people right now all bought the double blue, 91 individuals, right? Of course, it doesn't have to be, right? Somebody could go in and buy, 2 of them or something. I don't know. But if 91 people did that right now, I'd fucking lose my mind. That'd be wild. That'd be one of the great epic comebacks in history. But it's entirely possible for this to happen. And the goals are absolutely within reach. Or like I said, the advanced screening perk. Now it costs more than the double blue perk. The double blue perk is the cheapest. Right? When you think about it, it's the cheapest. It's $90 Canadian, about $60 US or something like that. Plus shipping, of course, but it's the cheapest. But there's the advanced screening perk as well. It's more expensive, but there's less to sell. There's only 22 of those. I mean, Jesus, it's so obtainable. This is so obtainable. And I will do that stream. I will do it. And like I said, if we get close, like, it didn't get to 303, but we got to like 299, don't worry, I'll do the stream. But I'm not going to do it right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a fair trade-off 100%. But please, for all of you out there, and there's no doubt there are some of you that are watching that get your knickers in a twist and your nose up in the air anytime, somebody's asking for money, look at the foundation for which this is built here. This is not me asking for money because I'm destitute and I want to go pick up a burger. This is all about the campaign. This is fundraising. This is part of the crowd fundraising situation. And listen, there's always going to be people out there that get their nose in the air anytime somebody raises money successfully for a dream that they have. There's people that are jealous. There's people that are angry. There's people that are upset. There's people that don't like it. That's going to be always the case. And that's the reality when you face this kind of thing. But I would like to believe that Bruce and I have been absolutely fair and transparent and honest, and we have. We always keep you up to date. We keep you in the loop. We answer your questions because it's important. When you are donating your hard-earned dollars to whatever cause it is, it's extremely important that you are kept in the loop and you know what's happening. Not every single day, of course, because there's not new news to talk about every single day. But certainly when there's new information, that's incredibly important. And I would like to feel that we have earned that trust and respect from people out there. So for those that are, kind of like, or either don't know how we operate here, have not been here long enough and don't know, don't understand the logistics of what this is all about. So I just want to say that as well. It's important to keep that in mind. All right, let me see. It looks like we might have sold one. Let me see here. Did we sell one? We did. Oliver Mercer coming in. Oliver Mercer coming in and picking one up. Thanks, Oliver. Really appreciate it. I think you already have one, but hey, Oliver's like, fuck it, man. I'm coming in again. Hey, we're at 213. Oliver's got it started, folks. Oliver's got it started. We're now at 213. So Joey Smith says, it's just a bit cynical to me to think that $150K, which far exceeds the initial goal, isn't enough to give back to the fans, those who already contributed and those who can't afford to but loyally watch, and help build him the platform allowed him to even sniff that amount. Well, Joey, here's what you have to understand, okay? This isn't personal, it's business, okay? So this isn't personal. This has nothing to do with what you're saying. You think that I should just do it because the fans stepped up and donated to the campaign, right? That's what you're saying. You're saying, Dave, you should just do it. You should sit down for 9.5 hours, watch 5 or 6 movies. You should just do it for everybody for free. No more money, no more raising. You should just do it for free because everybody stepped up and helped you to help make this movie. You should just do that for free. Well, if we didn't need more contingency, maybe I would. But the reality is that this isn't personal. This is business. So this is not subjective. This is objective, measurably so. We need more money. That's the reality. This isn't, and I don't mean we need like, $30,000. There's a little bit of that contingency that, we're like, you know what? Those fees are going to pop up. And when they ship that, we're going to need that. And you know what? Yeah, I know they said that. Well, they said that then, but fuck, inflation just keeps going up. Gas is going up. You know what? The cost of that, it's not like, fuck, you know what? We're going to need a little more there. I think that's true. That's what it's all about. If you've never made a movie, then I can understand why this might seem a bit skeptical and cynical. I get that. I understand that. But if you've ever been in a position where you are making a film and making a film that is a professional film through and through, because some people reach out and say $150,000 for now. Keep in mind, we don't get $150,000, right? Indiegogo takes nearly 10% of that. You have to remember that, right? So just keep that in mind. And so, yes, that when you are dealing with, if you just want to shoot, because some people will naively say, hey, listen, I could raise $20,000 and shoot a feature film. Yes, and it would likely be a non-union shoot and look like it was shot for $20,000. When you are shooting a film like this and you're bringing in, Hollywood actors, right? And you're bringing in Olivia Hussey, and you have to fly her in and you have a union, like everybody on the film is union. It's not just Olivia, right? Everybody is either SAG-AFTRA or ACTRA. And there's costs with that. You have to cater the set for the week. The location is thousands of dollars. You have to pay your cast and your crew, and there's production insurance, and there's WSIB insurance, and there's truck rentals, equipment rentals, lighting and grip, camera. This is a real movie. So, and when I say that because it is a fan film, right? It's a fan film. And yes, you can absolutely make a fan film for $150 out of your pocket, but it's going to look like you made it for $150 out of your pocket, right? And that's why I often say there's different levels of fan films. There's the fan films with friends in their backyard, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then there's what Cecil has done, what I've done, what Vince has done. We're indie filmmakers, and we've taken the pre-existing IP, not for profit, right? And we are playing in that sandbox. Some people like it, some people don't. That's fair, but that's the reality of it. And when you step up for a sequel, remember the cost of things 3 years ago, it was a cheaper film for a couple of reasons. We didn't have Olivia Hussey on board. Everybody on the project was non-union at that time. The first chapter was a non-union shoot. This is a union shoot. So we weren't dealing with SAG. We weren't dealing with ACTRA. So it was a much cheaper shoot. Now it's a much more expensive shoot, as a lot of sequels are, right? So the reality is that this is a business decision. This is not a decision where we just want to raise more money for the heck of it arbitrarily. Nothing is arbitrary here. It's very important people understand that these numbers are not arbitrary, right? They're not arbitrary. Okay, these are not just, we don't just sit back and go, you know what would be nice? No, it's just we look at the numbers, we go, this is a cost that's going to come up. This is a cost that has changed. This is a cost that we need to factor in now, because that changed since the last time we looked into that. Things have gone up. Now, you guys know that, right? Inflation's gone up, things are rising and changing all the time. Gas is, that much a gallon, and all of a sudden it's this much a gallon. Things are changing, right? So, it's very important. And keep in mind that if we have to cancel and push the shoot from the end of November to January, there's cost in that too, right? We are working very hard to make sure that we can get our deposits from hotels and flights and locations and all that kind of stuff back, but there may be some areas where we can't. And that's just the reality. So it's important to keep in mind that's the way it is. Well, if you get it, Joey, then there should be, basically what you're saying is that you should just think I should do it for free because I raised $150,000 to me. That's fine. That's fair. And I would, but I thought this was a good idea to help raise a bit more for the campaign of what we need for contingency. And I'm not going to sit here and continue to argue with you. If you don't like it, if you disagree, that's fine. That's fair. This is a business decision. This is not a Joey Smith's personal decision. Okay. This is not me just, being entitled. This is me making a producer business decision with my production company, Dark Chapter Pictures. That's what this is. And so I think it's fair. And I think most people understand that. They're like, yeah, I totally get it. Right. I totally get it. If you've never made a movie before in your life, then you don't know what you're talking about. So no, I disagree. I disagree. I think this is a great way to do it. Nighttime sends in $5 and says, I understand the SAG actor thing, but Bonnie Arson and Jason Momoa not posting about their new movies, The Nun 2, Aquaman 2, they don't care clearly. Well, they can't. They're not allowed because Aquaman and The Nun 2 are released by struck companies. So these actors are not allowed to they're not allowed. They're not allowed to talk about any projects they're currently working on. So it's not that they don't care. They are legally not allowed. They can be released from the union if they go against union rules. And they can't do that because they're major Hollywood stars and they have to be able to be union to work on Hollywood films. So that's what that is there. Yeah, that's all that is. Davey Deathray says, Dave, we're on your side and we trust you and Bruce. Well, I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Listen, there's always going to be people that feel the way that, Joey does. And that's fair. Joey's allowed to feel that way, but I disagree. And I disagree because again, this is a business decision. This is not personal. It's not like we don't need the money I'm asking for. No, we need it. Right? So I thought that this was a good way. So there's a more, rather than me going online and just saying, hey, we need some extra contingency, people just donate to the campaign. People are less likely to do that and more likely to do it if I say, hey, we need a little more for contingency. I got a cool idea. If we sell off this many, I'll do this big stream. That's all it is, Joey. That's all it is. It's a smart business decision. That's all it is. It's not personal. Oliver Mercer says, I have an associate producer. Yes, you do. And missing persons perk. You do. From a while ago too, I believe. Hey, that's my absolute pleasure, Dave. Honestly, this needs to happen. Oh, I hope so. I hope more people come out and like I said, if you already have your double blue perk, then that's fine. You don't need to get, if you're genuinely not interested, that's okay too, guys. I mean, listen, this doesn't have to be, a big deal. It's just, we look at the contingency and we thought, hey, you know what? Let's see if we can raise, a bit more because we could really use that. And that's all it is. That's all it is. So, having said that, Let me jump over and see. Let's see if we can get it up, folks. Let's see if we can get it up. Oh, it looks like we went up a little bit more. Let me see. I love it. You guys are helping out. Fantastic. Let's see what we've sold off here. I don't know if it was a Blu-ray, was it? It was. We got Eric Flapjack Ashley. Eric, my man, Flapjack Ashley. Yes. Picks up the double blue. Thank you very much. And Sean Sheridan just donated $30. Thank you, Sean. Really appreciate that. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. A little bit of momentum. You're going to get it. And listen, if you already have the double blue and you picked up another one, no harm, no foul. Use it as a stocking stuffer. You know what I mean? Just put it on your shelf. Sell it on eBay. I can't tell you what to do with it. You could take it and sell it on eBay if you wanted to. You could. I can't make money from it, but that doesn't mean you can't, right? So, I mean, whatever, dude, whatever, right? No harm, no foul. Nighttime says the Snow Globe and OG sweater are the best perks. Yeah, they're out right now. Unfortunately, but they're cool though, aren't they? Yeah, very cool. Very cool indeed. Steve Ross says AP perks get bought today. We have one associate producer perk left, Steve. One associate producer perk left. One left. It's wild. Aaron Click says, I wish I had the funds to get a couple of double blues. I'm currently strapped for cash, and that's okay. That's cool too, man. That's okay. I think there's this, I do understand it because, you see it a lot, right? Anytime anybody comes online asking for money, donate here, there is always that cynical, skeptical sort of thing, right? And listen, I want you to understand, I get it. I totally understand it 100%. I totally do. But hopefully, like I said, that we have built a reputation here through Billy Chapter 1. You know what you're going to get. Just watch It's Me Billy Chapter 1. You know the quality that you're going to get. And then some, because this is, the sequel and we've raised more and, we got more money for access, to resources and all that kind of stuff. So just please know that this is business. This is not personal. This money doesn't go into my pocket again. And I having to keep saying that because I think it's important that I stress that point and hammer it home because like Joey, there are people out there that are, got their nose in the air and they got their side eye like, what's going on here? Didn't you already raise the money? And listen, if I was in your position, I've never made a movie before. I don't know how budgets work. I don't know, the film, I don't know what it costs to make a movie and the fact that, there's production insurance and catering and WSIB insurance and cast and crew and, lighting and grip and camera and location and flights and hotels. And I mean, it costs a lot of money. I mean, just the rental of the house for a week, folks, is thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So these are business decisions that we're making. And I thought it was cool to do this. I thought, hey, you know what? Let's see if we can raise a little more for contingency because it looks like we're going to need it. And here's the incentive for it. That's a fun thing. That's all it is. It's no more serious than that. Kiss My Flapjack says, had to order a double blue, but I requested the day off work in hope that the stream happens. Hey, dude, I'm hoping it totally can. It totally can. What are we up to right now? We are at, we need to get to 303 or as close to 303 as possible. We are at right now. I think we've gone up again. We're currently at 215. So we've gone up by 4 double blues just in this stream. We've gone up by 4 double blues. That's awesome. Let me see who this is. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is Charlie McGrath picks up the double blue. Thank you, Charlie. Really appreciate that. And Caleb Digman, is that how you say that? Kalen Dingman just picked up the end credits perk. That's cool. Hey, your name's going to be the end credits. Also know too, folks, that whatever perk you pick up, your name will end up in the end credits. So we do have a specific end credits name perk only because sometimes people don't want a Blu-ray or a t-shirt or a hoodie, right? But they want their name in the credits. So there is that there. But even if you go to the double blue or whatever, no matter what perk you pick, if you've never picked up a perk before, no matter what perk you get, your name will end up in the credits, which is really cool. But that's awesome. So we're up to 215. That's what see? It's just little bits, right? Little bits. 140 people in the chat right now. Are there some other people out there that want, It's Me Billy Chapter 1 and 2 on Blu-ray? Like I said, even if you're not a Black Christmas fan, it helps me out. If you're a big fan of my channel, you're a big fan of me, you want to show your, love, appreciation, just to say, hey man, thanks for all the, all the entertainment. This is a great way to do that, right? It helps us out. It helps us out. And yes, we did raise enough money the first time around. We absolutely did. And a lot of that money has already been spent on certain things and, bookings and all that kind of stuff. But we see little fees starting to pop up and little things pop up, which any filmmaker, any producer out there knows. When you're making an indie shoot, you're not backed by a studio, and you're making an indie shoot, whether you're crowdfunded, whether you've got a grant, whether you're working with an independent production company, everybody knows that when you're in pre-production and you're working towards things, it's not unprecedented for some costs here and there to come in that you're like, oh yeah, oh shit, that's gone up. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? It happens. That's the reality of making movies, right? So that's all that's happened here. We just kind of want to pat our cushion just a little bit so we're good. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. All right, let me go back to the other side and do that. Let me scroll down. Did I scroll down? Did I get that? Sean Sheridan sends in $2. Thank you, Sean. Says, happy to help, Dave, but that it's for donations. That's okay. That's cool, man. Hey, every little bit helps, right? Because remember, if we get to a total that I feel is pretty cool too, then I'll let you know and be like, okay, you know what? We're going to do it. I just feel that it's more likely we'll get people picking up perks rather than just people sending in like $5,000 in donations. I mean, it might happen, but usually, generally speaking, people want something for their donation, right? That's the whole point of crowdfunding. So that's why I made it that way. And you'll notice, if you've been following me for any length of time, you'll notice that I have, over the last month, I've altered it. You know what I'm saying? I've been altering it and trying to, make it a little more obtainable. But listen, making movies is expensive. And especially when you're making them at the level that we are. People often ask about Dylan's New Nightmare and is there going to be a sequel? Well, I can tell you right now, if you think 120,000 Canadian was a lot, which is about 100,000 US, get ready for Dylan's New Nightmare 2, because it's going to be double, maybe triple that. Because when you're working with Freddy Krueger and dream sequences and you want to go off now and make a feature film to finish the story, and you want to make me up as Freddy with prosthetics and makeup and all that kind of stuff, guys, just getting me to look like Freddy is thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the nature of because it's Freddy Krueger. It'd be like doing Chucky. You know what I'm saying? So, so you think this is, every project. I mean, that's why you'll often see Vince, promote his fundraising campaign, hoping to raise a little bit more for post-production or like whatever the case is. And then you got Cecil, who's looking to raise a little bit more. It happens all the time when you run into certain costs or things like that. And it's not a lot more, just a little bit more to kind of pad in that cushion that we have, because, look at our production. Look who we're bringing in. It's not cheap, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. And we're very, very excited about it. We're very excited about it. So I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm doing. And I think 99% of the people that are watching are like, yeah, I totally get why he's doing that. It makes perfect sense. We help out his movie. He gives us the stream. That's cool. And there will always be people that say, I think you should just do it anyway, because of this, this, and this. And that's fine. You're entitled to think that. Just as long as you know this is not personal, it's business. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. And anybody in my position would do the same thing. I guarantee it. All right. Let's see here. Bobby Hall says, Dave, hey, Bobby, great to see you. He says, you mentioned watching 5 or 6 movies when talking about the Halloween stream. Does this mean you're considering H6? Apologies, as already explained earlier. Possibly, maybe H6. Maybe it'll be Halloween Kills. Maybe it'll be Resurrection. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. But there are some people that reached out and said, hey, can you do, don't do Halloween 3, do this instead. And it's like, well, I'm not taking requests. So the reason why I put Halloween 3 on the list is because you may not, I'm not saying you, Bobby, but somebody out there may not like Halloween 3 and want it replaced with something else. But Halloween 3 does have a lot of fans. And there are a lot of people that watch me that like Halloween 3. So that's why I put it on the list. You know what I mean? Like, we have to appeal to everybody, right? You got Halloween 1, you got Halloween 2, you got Halloween 4, you got Halloween 5. I think we can allow Halloween 3. Okay, let's not, come on. And if I'm going to sit my ass down for 9 hours and do this, I think Halloween 3 is because there are people that like it, right? So whether or not I do an extra movie, I've left the window open. Whether or not I do it, depends how my voice is feeling, depends how I'm feeling. You guys know how I operate at a very high level on a stream. So it depends. But we'll see. But I want to do it. I definitely want to do it. But I think it's a great incentive for it. It's fundraising, guys. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how this works, right? It's like, it's like a raffle, right? It's like you buy a ticket for a chance for, whatever, right? It's not a raffle, but I'm just saying it's that kind of thing where you're helping and getting opportunity, but whatever. It's actually not exactly like that at all, but because everybody's, see, that's the thing. Everybody's going to benefit. It's not just the people that donate. Everybody's going to benefit. I mean, I could see if I was putting it, I could see there being an issue if I said, hey, everybody who buys a double blue and gets us to 303 and buys the last associate producer perk, I will do the epic Halloween stream for all of you behind a paywall or behind an unlisted link, and nobody else gets to watch it ever. Yeah, I could see then somebody, Joey, be like, dude, really? Like, come on, that's kind of, really? But that's not what's happening. It's still going to be available for everybody. Let's see here. Eric Edded says, this is a little off subject, but I was watching the Slaughtered Lamb episode where they watched Halloween 5 along with you, and I laughed hysterically when you destroyed everything about it. Oh, it's fun. It's absolutely fun to do. And listen, like I've always said, if you are a Halloween 5 fan, you are entitled to be a Halloween 5 fan, and I celebrate that. You are welcome here. Just because I think Halloween 5 and 6 are not very good doesn't mean that you are not welcome here. And keep this in mind too. I need to say that. Well, you wouldn't think I need to say this, but when somebody doesn't like a movie you don't like, that's not an attack on you, right? So when I get on my streams and go, Halloween 5 is a fucking dog shit, you know how I am, right? Going off on my theatrical tangents. That's not me saying everybody who likes Halloween 5 is a piece of crap. That's not what that means, right? As you know, I'm an unabashed Avatar fan, which is not a very cool thing to say. But people who hate Avatar are not saying they hate me. I mean, somebody might, but I'm just saying that's not what that means, right? So it perplexes me the amount of people out there that get so angry at me because I don't like what they like. So who cares? I'm not saying I don't like you. I'm saying I just don't like that movie. If you like it, that's awesome. I think that's great. I love Avatar, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Avatar. I liked Barbie. I thought the Barbie movie was pretty good. Yes, preachy, 100%. Woke, yep, absolutely. But I liked it. I liked a lot of the things they were doing, and it's because it was so over the top and so satirical that the woke preachy stuff worked because it was so over the top, because the rest of the movie was so over the top. Do you know what I mean? So when everything is over the top and you slip in a preachy sort of, speech, it works because the whole movie's over the top. That's not a cool thing to say, is it? Do I care? No, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Don't care. I do not care. Who used the dog shit emoji? That's what she said. Use the dog shit emoji. I love it. All right. We're still sitting at 215 double blues. 215 double blues, folks. But that's good. That's good, though. That's good. Really appreciate those who have stepped up. Really appreciate that. Let's see if we can, any associate producers out there that want to come on as an associate producer on It's Me, Billy Chapter 2? Just saying. Any questions about the production? Anybody have any questions about It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 or, the process right now that we're going through or anything like that? Does anybody have any questions? I mean, you guys are amazing. So I just want to, I want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable. All my donors out there feel respected, heard, listened to. I did make a Indiegogo update yesterday, which we talked about at the beginning of the stream here today with Bruce. So a lot of the sort of stuff was in there. But if anybody has any any questions or whatever the case is, let me know. Let me know. Scared Straight Production says, hey Dave, we've talked about Stuntman in the Halloween franchise, but who did the fall in 878? Definitely no way Curtis did that. I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't know if they had a stunt double or if it was just a optical effect, in the camera, because you don't actually see somebody falling. It's just the camera going, ah, you know what I'm saying? So I think it was probably just an effect. And then she just kind of flopped down on the stairs on the last two steps. I think that's what you said. Oh, thank you, Cody. Amadusia super chat. Let me get that. I missed it. Wow, it must have been way back. Oh, you're right, I did. Hey, we have a new channel member. Sean Sheridan becomes a channel. I donated. That's about 100 Canadian over three donations. You don't 100 Canadian over 3 don't. I see what you're saying. Amazing. Thank you, dude. Yes, thank you so much. And you've been a member for 1 month. So it's just saying you've been a member for 1 month. That's really cool. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Sean. Really appreciate that, buddy. Amadusia sends in $5. Thanks, buddy. Says, as a musician, I know the frustration with people who think art should be free. Stick to your guns, man. Got my double Blu-ray months ago. Amazing. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, listen, again, I get it. I do understand it, right? I do, because you look at it, you go, well, hang on a sec. They raised $147,000 minus Indiegogo's fees. Let's not forget that, right? Minus their fees. But they raised a lot of money. They raised more than what they needed. Okay. So now 2 months later, Dave's asking that he needs a little bit more. Well, what? Something's fishy here, right? There's that natural, something's fishy, something doesn't make sense. What's going on? That doesn't make sense. Even though back during the campaign, I said that this could be a possibility. I said, this is the production budget. This is what we need to make the movie. It still is what we need to make the movie. It's not like if we don't raise the contingency, we can't make the movie. No, we can still make the movie. But we look at the costs and the fees now that we're renting out things, we're booking things, getting that production insurance, booking that caterer, starting to make moves now with stuff. There's little fees and things, dealing with the unions, little things that are starting to creep up. And we're like, you know what? Let's get ahead of this now. And, import fees, things, shipping, all that. Let's get ahead of this now. And let's see if we can raise a little bit more, because I think we're going to need this. And it's a business decision. That's all it is. It's not, there's nothing nefarious about it. It's a business decision. And anybody in my position would make the same choice. And one of the reasons why you conduct business in a transparent, authentic, and honest way is so that you can develop those trusting relationships with your customers, which is who you are. For all intents and purposes, you are my customers. So you want to develop a level of trust with your customers, with your donors, right? So that there's that relationship there. You know what I'm saying? And that's really important. And that's important to me. That's important to Bruce. It's important to us as creators and as filmmakers, so that if we have to do this again, one of the reasons why we raised double our budget from the first one is because people, hey, we trust these guys. Look what they did. We donated the first time. They delivered. They said they were going to do this. They said it was going to be of a certain quality. They said it was going to be and they delivered. And so that's the kind of thing you want to develop over time. And here we are again, right? So, but yeah, you're always going to get people that it doesn't make sense. And really at the end of the day, and I say this with the absolute respect, It's just ignorance. And I don't mean willful ignorance. I don't mean that word in a bad way. I just mean look, there's lots of things that I don't know about. And there's certain things that if you've never made a movie or you don't know how, production budgets work and what goes into making a movie and all the different factors and fees and this and that, then yeah, I can understand, well, what doesn't make any sense? You raise this, you should just do it. Just go ahead and do it. And it's like, we are. And now there's certain little things that have popped up, which happens on every production. You know what I'm saying? So, but you're always going to get people. You're always going to get people want to bring you down. They see that you're successful. And by the way, I'm not saying that Joey was doing that. I'm just saying that there are people out there that see you successful and just want to bring you down. It happens. It happens. But in no way, shape, or form am I forcing anybody to do that. I just hope we can get the stream going. And I thought it was a cool incentive. Let me see here. Joey's saying, not saying doing it for free, nor am I saying that you doing anything inappropriate with that money. I'm going to do a limb here and say the Halloween stream would raise a lot of funds. The Halloween stream would raise a lot, probably in super chats, not necessarily to the campaign. And remember that YouTube takes 30% of every super chat that comes in. So if you send in a $10 super chat, I only see $7 of it. And actually with the Canadian exchange, it might actually be about $6.50. It's close to something like that, like 35% or something like that, I believe. So I hear what you're saying, and that's a good point, but because it's a Halloween stream and I want the focus to be on the movies, it's not a fundraising stream, right? The Halloween stream is the prize. That's the prize. And so if I use the Halloween stream to watch 6 movies or 5 movies over 9 hours, it would be very difficult for me to watch a movie and continuing to get people to go to the campaign. That's a difficult thing to do. I have no doubt that we'll probably raise a lot of money in super chats, and that's great for the channel, right? That's great for the channel, and that's nice. But it's the money that goes to the campaign, we don't lose 30% off the top of that, right? So I hear what you're saying, and there's some validity to it, but it's easier said than done. I think I don't want my focus to be divided up between crowdfunding. I want to watch the movies. I want to sit down. I want to watch the movies. I want to comment on the movies. I want to just get into the movies with you guys. I don't want to worry about crowdfunding. I don't want to worry about, hey, let's get those double blues up. Hey, let's go over here. Folks, so do you think we can get those? I don't want to have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that. I want to just focus on the movies and munchies and guests and giveaways and just have fun. That's the prize. That's the party. The Halloween stream is the party. I don't want it to be work. I want it to be the party. You know what I mean? So, and if I'm crowdfunding during the Halloween stream, then I'm working while I'm working at a party, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that, right? So that would be my response to that. Let me see. So yeah, 215, that's pretty good. I mean, that's 4 today. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 today. 4 today. I think it's 4 today. I think if I'm not mistaken, that's 4 today. So that's pretty good. Let's see if we can get that up. Can we sell? Okay, we're at 215. Do you guys think we could get to 220? Like by the end of the stream today, could we get to 220? I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. Now keep in mind, there's one more associate producer perk as well. And there's those advanced screening perks. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. If you're all about what you get, then I would say that the advanced screening perk is probably the best bang for your buck, because you get your name in the end credits. You get the digital download package. You get It's Me Billy Chapter 2 on Blu-ray. You get an It's Me Billy Chapter 2 t-shirt. You get an advanced screening of Chapter 2. That's pretty good. All for like $250 US or something like that. And there's 22 of those. And if we can sell all those off, the epic stream will happen. It's pretty good. Pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty good. Let me see here. That's what she said, talking to Evil Alex. Cody Snyder says, Steve, Avatar 2 was great in theater. Didn't see the first one in theater, but I enjoyed it. I like Avatar. I'm a big Avatar fan. Have I got all this? I know that, hey, oh, actually, you know what? There was a super chat that came in from the stream that I had to cancel, I think. So let me go back over here and go here. And let me see. And let me just go back. I want to see if I get it. It was from... Yes, it was Oliver Mercer. No. It was Josh Lott. Josh Lott said, hey, Dave, I can't join live as I teach until after 7, but I will pick up another double Blu-ray. Have a great show. Thank you, Josh. Really appreciate that. I just want to make sure that I got Josh's super chat from the stream earlier. We had trouble kind of connecting or whatever. And by the way, the link to the campaign is at the top of the chat. For those of you that want to get in on it, it's at the top of the chat. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Let me see here. Don Juan says, Dave, if the live stream does happen and it's a party, are you drinking? Have a few Coronas? Maybe, you never know. Or maybe I'll have some chocolate milk. Hey, guys, I got to have chocolate milk. I will have chocolate milk. That's what I'll do. I'll have chocolate milk. I'll be in my Halloween t-shirt, my Halloween hat. We'll have some munchies. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. But there's the incentive. Chester Franklin Jr. says, Dave, you missed my question. I didn't miss it, Chester. I just haven't got to it. I like to try and get new people. Chester says, hey, Dave, I got a question. If I was gifted the end credits perk, can I still be in the chat room? I don't watch my Blu-rays H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. Not the end credits perk. No, the end credits perk, which is, I think, $10 US, that doesn't count towards the stream. So again, we have to get the double blue perk to 303 sold and sell off the final associate producer perk. We do that, the stream happens. Or we sell one executive producer perk, the stream happens. Or we sell the remaining 22 advanced screening perks, the stream happens. But no, you have to, in order to be included in the advanced screening, you either have to pick up the advanced screening perk, become an associate producer, or an executive producer. Super chat from Josh McKenna. Thank you, Josh. And says, have you seen people get mad about the live action Snow White movie? Of course, channels are already making videos about it sucking. It's so funny they complain about Barbie, Snow White, and Disney. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, it's one of those things where, the Snow White situation, again, I haven't really looked into it really, but I do find it strange that although I not at the same time, making the 7 dwarfs 7 regular sized people, but 1 dwarf. I know dwarf's not the PC term, but that's the name of the movie, there's nothing virtuous about it. It feels very shoehorned in. So, I don't know. Josh, I'll be honest with you. I try to stay away from it. It's to get caught up with it. There comes a time when you'll be really into it and then you will just forget about it. And it's just too much. It takes it's too much nonsense. It's too much emotional nonsense to get caught up in it. I just don't care. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that as a slight. I just mean in the sense of like, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I don't agree with it, obviously, but then make it and let it fail. And if it fails, well, then they'll never do it again. Of course, they'll probably blame, toxic masculinity on it, but whatever. Kiss My Flapjack sends in $10. Thanks, buddy. Says, I'm not the biggest Black Christmas fan around, but it is the high quality of It's Me, Billy, and the passion from you and Bruce about these projects that really sold me. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. And that's what I mean, right? Like I'm not naive. I mean, I understand that Black Christmas isn't Freddy Krueger and it's not Halloween and it's not Friday the 13th. I get that. I mean, there's a reason why Dylan's New Nightmare crossed 100,000 views in 2 days and, It's Me, Billy's at 61,000 views in, 2.5 years. That's not a reflection of the quality of the film. It's a reflection of the interest in the IP. 61,000 views for a Black Christmas fan film It's really good. That's the equivalent of like a movie made for like $2 million making like, 35 million at, the box office, right? And it's like an IP that not a lot of people, are really into. That's really good. There's nuance there, right? There's reasons why. That's why even the shittiest production quality fan films of Freddie and Michael and Jason have, can have like 500,000 views, right? Well, it's the IP, you know what I'm saying? So, but there's different, there's different level now, right? There's myself and Vince and Cecil that are using the fan film to showcase what we can do, to get eyeballs onto the project, to do it legally. There's nothing that any of us have done that is illegal. We have done everything legally. I can assure you of that, because I can't speak for Vince and Cecil, but we have legal counsel. Our project, we are legally represented with an entertainment lawyer. So I can assure you that there's nothing that we are going about it the right way. And and of course that's a cost too. There's another cost. So, but it's important that we do things right? We do things the right way, and we do things so nothing, that's how you run a business, right? You want to be able to do things the right way so people feel valued, respected, heard, because it's all of you that have trusted Bruce and I with your hard-earned money and your donations and your love and support, and you've given us the green light. Again, like you did in 2020, you did it again in 2023. You gave us the green light, and we don't take that for granted, folks. We do not take that for granted at all. We take this very seriously. This is not something that we're just half-assing. Bruce and I work in the industry. We've worked in the industry for 22 years. We're now making a real go at the filmmaking side of things. It's why we now have a production company, Dark Chapter Pictures. It's why we joined the CMPA, the Canadian Media Producers Association. We are really making a serious, real go at this here, folks. And so this is serious to us. So there's no fucking around here. And I just want people to understand that we take this very seriously. We respect all of you. We appreciate all of you and your hard-earned money and your donations and where you're at. And it means the world to us that you've given us that green light again, because we can't do it without you. And of course, the goal is one day to be able to get to a point with your production company where you don't have to rely on crowdfunding, right? You can, raise money through other ways because you've partnered with another production company or with a studio or, whatever the case is, right? And then it's not easy, but it's easier because you don't have to spend time doing, 50 million live streams, So, but we take this very seriously. Like, this is serious, for us. This isn't a game, and so I just want people to understand that we appreciate you, we hear you, we value you. If you have any questions or concerns, never hesitate to reach out. We are doing our best to keep people updated on the process. That's why we said, and we were fully transparent, because of the situation happening now with SAG, right now I'm going to say it's 50-50. It's entirely possible that we will have to move the production. And that it's not something hang on, where'd you guys go? There you go. It's not something we want to do, but we can't make the movie without the interim agreement, because we need the interim agreement in order to allow Olivia to work on the project. So if we don't get it by the beginning of November, it looks like we're going to have to push the shoot into the new year. And we've told all of you about that now, so it doesn't come as a surprise if we have to do that. We don't want to do it. It's the last thing we want to do. It's a logistics nightmare because we got to move hotel dates. We got to move location dates. We got to move, flights. There's so much, right? And we don't want to do that. But it's a reality, and Bruce and I like to keep everybody up to date on what's going on and all that kind of stuff. So it's very important to us. This is not a game to us. We're not in it to be famous. We're not in it because we, want to make, billions. We're not in it because we want to make billions of dollars. We're in it because we're filmmakers. We're passionate. We're in our 40s now. We want to really see if we could advance our careers because we've spent, over 20 years on a certain side of the entertainment industry, but we're movie lovers and we want to make movies and tell stories, and we want to finish this journey with Black Christmas, and we take this seriously. but it's all of you. It's all of you that have helped to make this a reality. And so I just want people to know that if you don't feel heard or you don't feel appreciated, you are. We love you guys. And, we can't do this without you. As I said in my update yesterday, we might be the heart, but you guys are the blood. Like literally, a heart can't pump without the blood. It's not pumping anything. And you guys are the blood, and you've injected the blood into this project, and now we're pumping. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I just want to say that because I take this very, if only, if you're skeptical, if you got your nose in the air, if you're unsure, whatever, trust me. We take this very seriously. This is not a game. And we are acting appropriately and on course with how to make this film. We take it very seriously. Frank says, but Dave, Menimo wanted a question answered after the super chat that was forgotten. So this is your first super chat, sends in $4.99. Thank you. But he says, I love It's Me, Billy. What was the biggest challenge? Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that. Thank you. The biggest challenge for It's Me, Billy, the first one, I would say was probably similar to what's happening now, because Bruce and I, like I've said, we've spent over 20 years in the entertainment industry on another side of it. I'm in voiceover. He was in the education, training, and the rental side of things, lighting and grip and all that. But we're filmmakers, and we went to film school, and we want to make movies. And in our 40s, we decided to really make a go at it, but we didn't want to bite off more than we could chew, right? So we decided to do a fan film, but do it professional, like through and through, top to bottom. We're making a real indie film. And because we had never done that before at that level, I think just the logistics of coordinating that and really getting into the weeds and getting to shoot on, cinematic grade cameras for the first time. I mean, that's something I'd never done. We shot on the Arri Mini, which was fantastic, with Master Prime lenses, which is some of the best in the world. We hired, the crew from top to bottom is totally professional. They work in the industry. Working with people that were far more experienced in their craft than we were, was a real, I'm not going to say challenge, but it was fascinating, a great learning experience, and a lot of fun. And the crew was just tremendous and fantastic. And we had a lot of people actually say that it didn't feel like it was our first time doing this, like at this level. Like they were like, you guys were like pro, top to bottom. Like they've been on a lot of indie shoots, and they said our indie shoot was one of the best shoots I'd ever been on in terms of just flow, logistics, professionalism, all that, which was a great thing to hear from people that have been doing it a long time. But I would say that that was probably the toughest challenge, was coordinating that for the first time. What's the toughest thing so far on It's Me, Billy Chapter 2? I would say the same thing, because now it's a whole new level, because we've gone from a non-union shoot to a union shoot. Now we're dealing with SAG-AFTRA and ACTRA, and the costs have gone up because of that, getting Olivia Hussey on board, all that. Like it's a whole other level. The principles are the same, but it's a whole other level. And it's been intimidating, but it's been exciting. It's been challenging and stressful and worrisome. And I tell you, once this thing is all done and we're on the other side of production, in post-production, I think I'm just a big sigh of relief, that's going to come over me, because we'll have to do a live, like there's so much we can't tell you right now. There's a lot we can, but there's certain things that we can't tell you right now in terms of, just certain things that are private to the production. But once it's all done and it's out there, Bruce and I are going to have to do, a stream where we just talk about everything. Do you know what I mean? And kind of just lay it out all out there. But it's been tough. I mean, it's been tough. But I would say that the logistics of piecing everything together. But it's a great learning experience. And now we have a production company, Dark Chapter Pictures, and you will see a logo for it very soon, and all that. And that's what will be, of course, at the beginning of any visual marketing material going forward now. And it's and it's a legit production company. It's not just, we don't just call ourselves that. It's registered 100%. We had to do that because of our film. So very excited about it. And that's great too, because now we have a production company that's going to be great for the future as well, right? So who knows? Maybe we'll get it. Maybe we'll end up being the Blumhouse of Canada. No, I don't know. Hey, you never know. One can dream, right? One can dream. One can dream. One can dream, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, looks like we've gone up a little bit again. Let's see what's happening. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about, folks. You guys are amazing. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We've got 2 more double blues that have gone through. We've got Dynamite Collins. Dynamite, my man Collins. Dynamite. Can I call you Dynamite? Can I call you Dynamo? Can I call you Dynamo? Maybe he hates that. Dynamite Collins, I love it. I see what your real name is, but I'll just call you Dynamite. Picks up the double blue. Thank you so much. And Cody, my man Cody, one of our great. Cody's an associate. You're an associate. No, are you a co-producer or an associate producer? I can't remember now, Cody. One of our great producers here on It's Me Billy Chapter 2, and we've gone up now. Think about it. We were at 211 at the start of the stream. We're now at 217. So we've actually sold 7 more. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more double blues. Amazing. Can we get to 220 by the end of the stream? I don't know. Guys, we still got a month, but that's what I mean, right? Slowly but surely, slowly but surely, we're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. Amazing. Tyler Adams says, Dark Chapter. You need a good VFX artist in your back pocket for those invisible effects and the spectacle. Don't forget to hit me up when you move into original productions. Absolutely, Tyler. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Again, I can never guarantee anything. But I appreciate you reaching out. Steve McCoy says, congratulations on your production company. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's really cool. It's something we had to do. If we didn't do it, then we would either have to have partnered with the production company, because we couldn't register our film with ACTRA if we didn't. So we thought, well, you know what? Why don't we just do it? I mean, we've been so many things over the years. I mean, we go back to the early 90s. We were BD Productions when we were teenagers. Of course, we just called ourselves that, right? You know what I mean? The moniker, the banner that we released Chapter 1 under was 79 Films and Egyptian Ink. That's not incorporated. That's just, that's sort of our online banner of what we released things under. But we couldn't do that this time around. I mean, we could always have an association with 79 Films or something if we wanted to, but we likely won't do that. So we realized, well, you know what? Let's just finally do it. After all these years, let's just actually finally do it. So we did it. We're Dark Chapter Pictures. Dark Chapter Pictures, Inc. And we're part of the CMPA as well, which is the Canadian Media Producers Association. So, and we had to do that as well. We couldn't do it if we couldn't make the movie if we didn't. So that's what I mean. It's a whole different level here, folks. So it's challenging, but it's fun. And keep in mind, Bruce and I get nothing for this. We don't get paid at all. Legally, we are not allowed to. We get zero, zilch, nada, literally nothing. Every single thing that is raised literally goes into the campaign, Maybe when the film is all done, Bruce and I can show you, not everything, obviously, because certain things are private, but Bruce and I can show you maybe a bit of our budget and certain line, or just tell you how much things cost. But while the production is on right now, things remain private. You'd be surprised, or you probably wouldn't be. I mean, when you're making a real movie, we can't make a movie without production insurance. We can't, because if something happens on set, we need to be insured, right? The actors need to be insured. The location needs to be insured. So between your WSIB insurance and your production insurance, I mean, that's thousands of dollars. So, it's very different. It's very different. It's why movies cost a lot, when you want to make them on a certain level, right? Cody Snyder says, can I donate that double blue to someone else? Absolutely you can, Cody, for sure. You'll just have to remind me of who it is you pick once it comes time to be able to deliver the double blues to everybody. You'll just have to remind me of that. You have to remind me of that. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, Joey, dude, come on, man. Come on. Seriously? Come on. Come on. You're better than that. You're better than that. Don't be a dick. You're better than that. Go sit on the toilet and crunch one out. You know what I'm saying? Just go crunch one out. You'll feel better if you crunch one out. I'm just saying. I've been very clear, very upfront. You don't have to agree with me. That's fair. Don't be a dick. Just go crunch one out. You'll feel better. Cody Snide. Oh yeah, I already got that one. Is it Manimo? Manimo, I think it is. How does one even know where to begin as far as the ins and outs? Well, I mean, you know, it's a good question. You know, I think obviously film school is a good place to start because you learn the craft, you learn the art of filmmaking, but that doesn't mean you're going to be a filmmaker and be successful. I think for us, and I only speak for myself, Bruce and I have worked in the entertainment industry for, like I said, 20 years, or it's 22 years. We've both worked in the entertainment industry for 22 years. And so like any industry that has a lot of different facets, when you work in an industry long enough, or I'll just say when you work in the entertainment industry long enough, and if you are successful, then that means you work in it long enough, right? You know what I mean? Because there's people that come in and aren't successful and then leave, right? If you work in the entertainment industry and if you are successful, you will work in it for a long, period of time. And just through the process of being in the industry, you will meet all different kinds of people in other areas of the industry. I've talked about this before, right? So most of my experience in the entertainment biz comes from being a professional voice actor, right? I've done voiceovers for radio and television commercials, network promos, movie trailers, animation, narration, TV and documentary narration. I had a show on Netflix for a while called What's for Sale with a View. It was on Netflix for about a year. I was the narrator of that. That was really cool. It wasn't a Netflix produced film, but they had sold the rights, I think, to Netflix, whatever. Anyways, it was really cool. I remember I was surfing one day and I'm like, What's for Sale with a View? Hey, that's the show I narrated. I looked up and it said starring Dave McRae, which is hilarious because I was never in the show, but I was the narrator of every episode. And because every episode had different people looking at different houses to buy, so it was really weird. It was surreal. I was like, well, I guess I am the one constant. Anyways, that was really cool, right? I'd love to get that again. That would be awesome. But anyway, most of my experience is in the entertainment industry is on the voiceover side of things, right? But being in voiceover for as long as I have, I've met all different kinds of people. I've met studio executives, I've met audio engineers, I've met other actors, voiceover on camera, I've met filmmakers, I've met sound, mixers, I've met producers, just by being in the industry and going to studios or going to functions or a party or knowing somebody who knows somebody or, whatever the case is. And Bruce is the same way, right? Bruce is not a voice actor, but he knows one because he knows me, you know what I'm saying? Or because he continues to work in the business. And Bruce has worked for the most part, on the education training on the rental side of things. So he's boots on the ground, and he, his company, not his company, but the company he worked for, which is, it's called William F. White International, but I believe it's soon to be called Sunbelt, I think. But anyway, they're a rental house. And so like Chucky, Star Trek Discovery, all sorts of big shows that you know and love, will often rent their lighting and grip and camera gear from White's, from this company. So that's been cool to know Bruce, who works there, and to meet people who work there and to make those connections and all that kind of stuff. When we were searching for a DP to shoot It's Me, Billy, I was looking for a DP. I had narrowed it down to, I think, 4, and Gregory Bennett was one of them. I didn't know who he was, no idea, but I loved his portfolio, loved his work. Bruce came over and I showed him the list. I was like, here's my list of DPs I think we should reach out to. What about this guy? Gregory Bennett. And Bruce is like, oh, I know that guy. I've worked with him. He's fucking amazing. I'm like, you know him? And I'm like, yeah. I said, you know him? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, we might as well reach out to him first because you know him and you think he's great. So let's do that. So it's that kind of thing, right? When you're in, and it's any industry. I'm just using the entertainment industry because that's the industry I work in, but it's any industry, any business, any industry. If you're in it long enough, you'll meet all different kinds of people, right? And you'll meet others who work in other sides of the industry, sides that you don't know anything about, but knowing them and learning from them and asking questions or whatever, you become more knowledgeable, right? There's lots of people who work in the entertainment biz who know nothing about voiceover, but maybe they meet me and suddenly they know more about it or whatever the case is, right? So, for us, that's how it's worked in terms of being able to hire a professional crew, professional actors, utilizing our resources and connections to be able to shoot a movie like this. And so, I mean, take Lynn, right? Lynn, from the original Black Christmas, Lynn Griffin. We found out when I first reached out to her to be a guest on McRae Live, just by talking, we found out we have the same voiceover agent. It's like, oh, you're with, well, that's so cool, right? It's things like that. When you're in the business long enough, those types of things can happen, but you got to be in it long enough and you have to be active. So you have to want to meet people and reach out and, all that kind of stuff. So, there's no red magic button, but I certainly know that, and Bruce has connections that I don't have. And I have connections that Bruce doesn't have. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's that kind of thing too. And you just do your best to utilize what you've got, and that's it at the end of the day. And so for us, that's how it's worked. And now I'm more connected now with lots of people that I didn't know before than I was 3 years ago when I shot the first one. So, and that's how you grow, right? You grow your circle. You tend to work with the same people, especially when you really like each other. It's just been a wonderful experience, and I've learned so much. And it's just been so great to be able to connect with like-minded people who are equally as passionate about movies and about making films. And listen, am I going to be a successful filmmaker? I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm closing in on my mid-40s. And like I said, I've spent a long time in the industry in voiceover, and I'm still doing that. I'm on 3 shows right now. I'm on Lana Longbeard, Super Wings, and Luna Chip and Inky. Lana Longbeard is not out yet. I think it'll be out next year, but we're recording that right now. That's a cool show. I don't know who the distributor is in the States yet. I don't know if they have one, but I know Warner Brothers Discovery is distributing it in certain parts in Europe, and I think it's CBC here in Canada. Not really sure. We're in the middle of recording that. It's a kids, cartoon, but that's targeted kids between like 6 and 10 or something like that. But it's cute, man. The writing is really awesome. And I play a character by the name of Helmut Hugo. It's awesome. So I'm still doing that. I'm still doing my voiceover stuff. But movies is my first love, and I've always wanted to make a real go at it. And same with Bruce, right? So that's what we're doing. We're doing our best to build up our portfolio, our experience, and really make a go. That's why It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 will be the last fan film that we do. It's professional through and through, top to bottom. It's not like, it will be a professional, low budget indie shoot. But it will be the last shoot we do where we don't own the IP, because we want to be able to then use the experience from this and go on to something original that we can really elevate ourselves with in terms of original IP, which I think is great. I think it's a really cool idea. So anyways, I know that's a bit of a roundabout answer, but there's no red magic button. I just say get involved. Look for ways to get involved in filmmaking, school, friends, something, just start, get involved somehow. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for explaining. No problem. I'll come back to yours in just a second. Rob Lucas says, Dave is old school and a hard worker. He's really trying to put out quality content. I totally understand why this is an incentive to sell the double blue in exchange for the epic stream. Yeah, thanks, man. Exactly. It's not personal. I love you guys. It's not personal. And if you can't afford to, That's okay. It's totally cool. We're still going to be able to make the movie. Like, it's not like, guys, we need this or we're not going to make the movie. No. It's not that at all. It's just that as producers, right? As producers, the responsible producer thing is to look at your project as you're moving through, pre-production and go, okay, yeah, you know what? I think maybe we should pad this up a little bit because we got this coming, we got that coming. That's gone up a little bit. And you know what? Let's get that little bit of contingency because let's up that a little bit because I think that's going to happen. That's the responsible thing to do. As Rob has, that's what you do. The irresponsible thing to do would be like, fuck it, don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, now we got to do it, at another time. You know what I'm saying? It's business. It's just business. That's all it is. It's all it is. I felt like Trump. It's all it is. It's all it is. It's all it is. China. But you know what I mean? And so, but it's not, it's supposed to be fun. This is just fun. I want this to be fun. I want it to be fun. Hey, I'm going to do this stream. If we can get this up, oh, that's kind of cool. Fun. Hey guys, let's go. It's just fun. It's just fun. Okay, did I miss any super chats? I don't think I missed any super chats, but I'm not really sure. Let's check. Let's see. Have we gotten up? Have we moved the needle a little bit? I'm not sure. We're still at no. We're still at 217. Are we able to get to 220? Or like I said, the associate producer perk that could go today too. There's one associate producer perk left. One. Is there somebody out there that's been itching? Well, not itching. I hope you're not itching. But there's somebody out there that's sitting there going, you know what? I think it's time I became an associate. Is it Glenn Mitchell? I think it was Glenn Mitchell. Glenn Mitchell? No. Who was it that became an associate producer perk last night? Somebody did. And it was Clint Mitchell. Clint Mitchell. Great to have you on board, Clint. I don't know if you're watching or if you're in the chat room, but it's great to have you here. Great to have you here. All right, scrolling down, let's see. That's what she says. Dave, may we have a little bit of Helmut Hugo? No, I can't. Can't give you Helmut Hugo now, but soon. Lee the Machine Bowers, ladies and gentlemen, says Dave needs that extra cushion. Hopefully SAG approved Olivia Hussey to be in the movie. Well, it hasn't been approved yet. So like as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, we are an independent production company. We are not associated with the AMPTP. So we should be approved, right? That's why SAG is offering those interim agreements to truly independent production companies not associated with the AMPTP. So there shouldn't be an issue. The question is not the question isn't whether we will get the agreement. I'm sure we will. The question is when. And are we going to get it before November 1st? Because that is really, because as of November 1st, we're 3 weeks away from shooting. So, unfortunately, we need to know, like at that point, I hope we don't have to push it, guys. I really don't. I don't want to push it, but if we have to do it, it's out of our hands. If we don't have the SAG interim agreement, we can't go ahead and shoot. Now, we might still be able to shoot the scene. There's a scene we need to shoot back here in Toronto on December the 9th. We may still be able to go ahead and shoot that scene because I can tell you that Olivia's not in that scene. So it's a scene that we may still be able to shoot. And if we are, I say we go ahead and shoot that scene at that time and take advantage of it. And we likely will do that. So it's possible that if we can't go to camera at the end of November, It's Me Billy Chapter 2 will officially begin production on December 9th with shooting this scene that we need to shoot. But the bulk of the movie, like all the house stuff, will have to be pushed. We're hoping we don't have to do that because it is going to cost us money. I can tell you right now, if we have to push it, it will cost us money. And that's out of our hands. That we cannot legally, we are not allowed to shoot the movie with Olivia Hussey. She doesn't want to go again. She doesn't want to cross the picket line. Her managers made that very clear, and nor would we ever ask her to do that. We would never ask her to do that. She's a professional. I get it. As an actor myself, I get it. I would never cross any picket line. I totally understand it. I support SAG-AFTRA. I support the WGA. We totally get it. So these are the rules we have to follow. And so fingers crossed we can get the agreement, well, within the next 6 weeks. Joey Tellerisi, is that how you say that? Sends in $4.99. Thanks, Joey. Really appreciate that, man. Says, hey, Dave, hypothetically, where would you like to see the Halloween franchise go? Dude, I would like to see Season of the Witch. Leave Michael Myers alone. It's just, don't go back to that well. Just let it marinate. Let it die for a while. Let us miss him. Season of the Witch. A reboot or a complete remake or a sequel, like whatever it is, just go to Season of the Witch, or go the anthology route and tell different stories and start with Charlie Bowles. If you're a channel member, if you're a level number 2 channel member here on the channel, we had our first episode of One Good Scare, the all Halloween show where we don't have to feel guilty talking about the same shit over and over again. And we laid out a really cool scenario for a Charlie Bowles story. So that's pretty cool. That was awesome. So yeah, you might want to check that out if you're a part of level number 2. We've got Real Reveal. Hey, Real, what's going on? Real Reveal becomes a McCrazy member, level channel member number 2. Thanks, Real. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Help support the channel. Let's see here. Frank Riker, my man. Frank says, Dave, you've been to H40. Can you tell us, those of us that haven't been there, what to expect in ways and wait times and how crowded the convention center can get? Well, I was at H40. Unfortunately, it is unlikely that I will be at H45. Just saying that right now. There's always a slim chance, but it's unlikely. H40 was crazy. It was crazy because, and there was so much excitement because it was like the weekend before Halloween 18 was released. You don't have that this time around, but this is the 45th anniversary. And apparently, according to Sean Clark, more people have bought tickets to this event than to H40. So, okay. Nick Castle's line's going to be huge. I suspect the Staples lines are going to be huge. Nick Castle's line's going to be huge. James Jude Courtney's line's going to be big. Dick Warlock's line's going to be big. And then the auxiliary players, will have, it will be busy. And then you'll get some people that you can just walk right up to. Like some of the people that aren't really busy. You just walk right up to them. And it's not disrespectful to them. It's just their level of sort of awareness in the, so yeah, busy, a lot of cool vendors, t-shirts, all that kind of stuff. People coming up to you. I mean, the Halloween 40th anniversary convention was really surreal because as a voice actor, like I said, there's no doubt at one point or another you've heard my voice, but obviously as a voice actor, I'm usually out of sight, out of mind. It's only since I came onto YouTube that people recognize my face. But I've been doing voiceover before social media existed. So very long time. And I like that. I like the anonymity of working in the entertainment business and not being, famous, like a visually. I always like that because I don't care about fame and all that. I really don't care. I'm really passionate about the work and just going in, doing the work. It's all that kind of stuff. That's always been me. It's always been my love. It's just, I really get crazy and fall in love with the work and hope that I do a good job and, all that kind of stuff. But it was cool because people recognized me. I had a line at the 40th anniversary convention. I had a line. I didn't have a table, obviously. I had a line. I was standing in the middle of the convention floor and I had a line of like 10 people waiting to talk to me. It was weird. It was very weird, but surreal and fun and kind of cool. Right? I'd never experienced that before. So because Frank You and Darren are recognizable. People recognize you. You're the Slaughtered Lamb Movie Podcast. There will be people that will be coming up to you going, hey, Frank, and you will have to stop and talk to them and say, hey, what's going on, buddy? What's happening? It's fun. I think it's fun. It's really cool. And mostly, I mean, everybody that came up to me was very nice and courteous and friendly. And I mean, I have no doubt there was probably a few people in the back, hey, there's that fucking Dave McRae, that piece of shit. But they never came up to me to tell me I was a piece of shit. And usually that doesn't happen, right? You know, cowards are cowards online because they can hide behind a screen. But half the shit you see people saying online, they'd never say it to your face. So I don't think I have anything to, and I tend to rub people more the wrong way than you guys do. But just busy Halloween fans, fun. I mean, you guys are going to have a lot of fun. You guys are, because you're in your element. You're in your element with other fans that are just as passionate as you. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think you're just going to have so much fun. It's just going to be great. It's just going to be great for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of fun. Let me scroll down here. Okay, have I missed any super chats? I don't believe I've missed any super chats, but I just want to make sure I haven't missed any. Got Joey's, Real Reveal, Nick Jenny sends $1.99, says, sick as fuck, needed some Dave medicine, love you, Dave. Thank you, Nick, appreciate that, man. One of our great supporters here. Nick Jenny is a great supporter on the channel indeed. Thank you, Nick, really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Rob Thidoff says, Dave, at the conventions, do they mostly just accept cash? I think so. That's a very good question. I think so. I think that, yes. Do they have debit machines? I mean, I know that the actors don't, but maybe they do. Maybe their assistant has it. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. Whether the vendors have debit machines, I don't really know. I recall it being cash. So I would bring a wad of cash. Bring a wad of cash. For sure. Bring a wad of cash. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Let's see here. Scrolling back. Yes, I saw that, Lee. Lee says the Strode House is up for sale in Pasadena, California. I saw that. Yeah. Well, hey, the It's Me Billy house is up for sale. Did you guys know that? Don't worry. We're still gonna be able to shoot. But it's up for sale. Yep. Pretty cool. Let me see here. This Real Reveal says, I'm ready for Billy too. Thank you, Real. Appreciate that very much. Okay, what do we got? We're up to 2 hours and 27 minutes. Can we get the double blues to 220 sold? I don't know if we can. We're still sitting at 217. Can we sell off one advanced screening perk? We could do that too. I don't know. It's up to you guys. You guys are the blood. You guys can make it happen, ladies and germs. Make it happen. Let me scroll here. Harry Hagen says, talking to Joey, he says, Joey, you're being a passive troll. He is. Yeah, he is. Let it go, brother. Make your own channel and have an epic stream there. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Harry. It's true. Well, Joey's just, if there's a good chance that if you clicked on Joey's channel, let's go to Joey's channel. There's a very good chance that he created his channel very recently. And he didn't. I'm impressed. Joey Smits. No, he's got a few years there. Usually when I see somebody new who's being a little passive aggressive tends to be a troll. But I will go as far as say this to Joey because I like to be fair. Joey, I'm not calling you a troll. I don't necessarily think you're a troll. But I do think that you're beating a dead horse. And this is the reality. This is the business decision I've made. If you don't like it, you don't have to support it. And that's the reality. And hey, that's it, right? You don't agree with it, or you can be like, I think you should still do it that way. And that's fair. That's totally fair, and I respect that. But this is my channel, and it's my movie, And it's the way that I want to conduct business because I think it's a fair thing to do. I'm being honest and open with my viewers like I always have. I do not expect those who cannot afford to do it to donate. If you cannot afford to donate, please do not donate. Don't. I am not forcing anybody to do it. You have to do what's best for you and your family, and I respect the fuck out of that. I seriously do. This is just for people who can, who want to help out, who think it's fun. That's it. You are no less of a McCrazy than anybody else. You are no less of a supporter than anybody else. You are no less welcome here than anybody else. It has nothing to do with that. This is just a business decision. And I think it's a cool thing. Hey, we should probably raise a little more for contingency. I have a cool idea. Instead of just asking people to continue to donate, why don't we create this cool thing? Yeah, that's a cool idea. Let's do that. That's all it is. And if we're successful, we're successful. If we're not, we're not. Oh, well, no harm, no foul, right? It's the way it goes, my man, the way it goes. Let me see here. Mike Mick. ATMs are usually on site, but never assume they won't run out of cash. Bring cash. Yes. Yes. Bring some cash, man. I'm the cash man. Oh, geez. I remember those ads. I got to look at that. Chester Franklin Jr. says, Dave, question. Despite George P.'s passing back in February, what will do for him and others who had passed away? You mean, what will they do for him and others who have passed away? I don't think so. I don't think they'll have some sort of, I don't know if they'll have anything. I'm not really sure. I don't think they'll really have anything. I could be wrong, but I don't think they'll have anything. They may have like a sign or something. I don't know. But they're not going to have like a in memoriam, some big TV where they're showing all. I don't think they'll do that. He passed away and it's too bad, but show must go on, unfortunately. Show must go on, fortunately, I should say. But George wasn't at the 40th. So I don't think George has done a convention in a while because George wasn't at the 40th. You know who else? Was Danielle Harris at the 40th? She had to have been at the 40th. Was she? She had to have been. She had to have been. I don't remember seeing her. Isn't that bad? Anyways, all of you who've never been, you're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time. You have an awesome time. But yeah, bring cash. Bring the cash. Josh Lott says, sorry I'm late. Had to teach until 7:15. I picked up another double blue. You did, Josh. Okay, I gotta tell the story of Josh Lott here. And he did pick up another double blue. Amazing. Thank you, Josh. All right, so Josh Lott is one of our great co-producers here on It's Me, Billy Chapter 2. And Josh, I don't know how many double blues you've picked up, Josh, but it's got to be like 20, 15, something like that. And but Josh is a teacher, and he has said, hey, man, listen, I want to help. I want to support. Just send me the box, because what happens is that when you get, the Blu-rays authored and made and all that kind of stuff, they ship them to you in boxes. And so it's going to be funny because if Josh has like 20 chapter 2s and 20 chapter 1s, and we get 2 boxes of 10, I'm just gonna forward it on to you. I don't even think I'm gonna open it. I'm just gonna forward it on. It's crazy. But Josh is gonna use them for stocking stuffers. He's gonna give some away to his students. He might use one for his dog as a frisbee. I don't know. But Josh is like, dude, don't worry about it, man. Just send them to me. Hey, and you know what? If you want to sell a couple on eBay, knock yourself out. Just because I can't make money from it doesn't mean you can. What's crazy, too, is that there was an It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 Blu-ray. There was a retro edition Blu-ray. Let me just get the retro edition. Hang on a sec. Hang on 1 second, you bastards. So, all right. Let me just open this here. All right, sit down here. All right, so somebody informed me, I think it was last Christmas or something, there was a It's Me, Billy Chapter 2. Can you see that? The light there? That's the retro cover. The retro cover. It's Me, Billy Chapter. It's kind of hard to see because of the glare, but You get the idea. This was on eBay. I don't know who was selling it. It was on eBay. It was going for like $200. I'm like, what? And it sold. I don't know if it sold for $200. I was just told that that it was some, or maybe it was like 100. Anyways, it was a lot. I was like, what? Like, I know this is an item that you can't get in a store, but I was like, what? Somebody bought it. I don't know who bought it, but somebody spent a pretty penny on it. And I was like, that's so fucking cool. I was like, that's my movie for a ridiculous, unnecessary price. Holy shit. Hey, somebody want it bad, man. Somebody want it bad. Whoever bought it, I hope you were happy. But yeah, retro cover Blu-ray. Pretty cool. We have something similar on the Indiegogo campaign for Chapter 2. It's the teaser cover Blu-ray. So check that out too, because the teaser cover is a really cool cover. Josh picked... Aaron Clicks like, Josh picked up 194 double blues. Can you imagine? Oh my God, that'd be wild. Well, listen, we're currently at 218 double blues. Let me go over here. So you can see that we are at 218 double blues. Could we get to 220 by the end of the stream? Maybe in the next half hour or so? I don't know. Could we do it? I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. I don't know. 220? There's still 108 people in the room. There's got to be 2 people in there that want It's Me Billy on Blu-ray. Maybe not. Maybe everyone's like, Dave, no. And like I said before, again, I'm honest with you guys. We raised enough money to make the movie. This is just me, the business guy, the producer guy, and Bruce stepping up and saying, you know what? I think we're going to need a little more for contingency here because of these costs that have come into your play. Let's see if we can raise a little bit more, just so we have that in our back pocket. And if we do, great. If we don't, okay. We are bound to raise a little bit more anyway once the movie comes out, right? Or once the trailer is released, because that's going to drive traffic. That's going to drive traffic to the campaign. But of course, that's after the movie's been done. Right. So there's certain costs right now that we need for production that we're looking at going, we might need a little bit of that, might need a little bit of this. So that's why we're doing this. And if we raise it, great. If we don't. It's not a big deal. It's just, this is supposed to be fun. I just thought it was fun. And here some people are like, just go crunch one out. Like, come on, man. Just go sit on the toilet. And now they're offended by that and they're upset by that. Richard Pereira says, hey, Dave, what's up, my friend? I love you, man. You're the best and the real deal. Also, my friend, where can I order It's Me Billy Volume 1 and 2 movies? Dude, Richard, we're talking about it right now. You see it right now on the Indiegogo campaign. Richard, the link that's pinned to the top of the chat, click that link that's pinned to the top of the chat, and it's going to take you over to the It's Me Billy Chapter 2 Indiegogo campaign, which is in demand. Right? We raised our production budget thanks to all of you fucking amazing individuals. And so now the campaign is in demand, which means we can continue to raise funds. Indiegogo allows you to do that. That's the gift that Indiegogo gives you in any campaign that reaches their goal, because they know that you're likely going to want to raise a little more funds for whatever that comes up. That's business. And so here we are. And so, yes, Richard, go to the top of the chat, click the link at the top of the chat, head over there, and there it is. It's the featured perk. It's the first thing you will see right there. Own both films, double blue. That's 90 Canadian. Remember, Richard, if you're in the US, that's cheaper. That's 90 Canadian dollars. So yeah, man, that's how you do it. That's awesome. If you can get us to 220, that'd be great. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Let me see here. Alex Shambach says, Dave, your passion and insight is always appreciated. Thank you. Hope you realize that. I do, man. Like I said, this community is amazing. And like I've said many times, I know not everybody is into this. I'm not stupid. I'm not naive. I know that It's Me Billy and what I'm doing is not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody's into black. I get that. I totally get that. But the fact that we've been able to raise as much money as we have, and the fact that we're doing what we're doing, and we're in the process of creating horror history is pretty fucking special. And that's something you got to keep in mind. Olivia Hussey being in It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 is the equivalent of Jamie Lee Curtis being in a Halloween fan film, a professionally produced, legit, you know what I mean? It's wild what we're attempting to do here. And I know that because, you know, Black Christmas is that niche sort of cult film, it doesn't carry the same pizzazz and the same allure and mystique as Halloween does. I get that. I totally do. But that's why it's, you know, you have to look at it from a certain point of view, like, holy shit, this is big. No matter what way you slice it, this is huge. And if this was a studio-backed film, this would be even bigger. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if this was like a studio-backed film, the buzz it would be getting, right? Well, that's what we're doing. The studios won't do it because there's really no money to be made. I mean, look what Black Christmas 06 did. Look what Black Christmas 19 did. You know, it's not Halloween, right? A Black Christmas legacy sequel is not going to make $250 million at the box office. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But I'm just saying, right? So, you know, so it's left to the fans to do it. And that's what we're doing. And I think what we're doing is really special. And I can tell you, Lynn Griffin, who played Claire in the original Black Christmas, who plays Nancy in this one, in Chapter 2, she read the script and loves it and says, I'm paraphrasing what she said, and if she didn't like it, she'd say she didn't like it and she wouldn't be in it. But what she said was, and again, I'm paraphrasing, she says, I love what you guys have done here. You've brought, again, within the confines of a short film. I mean, obviously, we don't have $10 million, right? But she says, I love what you've done here. You've brought it all together. You've completed the arcs. What an ending. Like she said that and this is really cool. Because Lynn goes to conventions. She says, I will now have answers for the fans that come up to me and ask me about what happened next. That's fucking cool, man. And why is it cool? Because technically we're not canon. Technically we're not official, right? But the fact that of how we're doing it, how we're constructing it, what we're putting together, the buzz that it's getting, who we're hiring, it's the closest thing you can get without it being official. You know what I'm saying? And I think what's going to happen with this is one of two things. Either the rights holders are going to, or we're going to seek them out and be like, and they're going to go, let's just take this and make it canon and release it on Prime or like whatever, right? That might happen. And all of a sudden it becomes official and that's amazing. Or it's common knowledge that this is it. This is just, there was never anything by the studios, but there were these two filmmakers from Toronto who made it. And there it is. And because we're delivering a professional product through and through, it doesn't look and feel like a fan film, right? Because we're doing it legit. And so it creates the impression and illusion that this is really it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's really cool. Like to hear Lynn say that and to say that I love what you've done and you've placed it and how you brought it together and you know, Jess and Sam and you know, how I come in there and all that. She says, I think what you guys have done is, you know, have done a really good job. There's also another Black Christmas alumni who read the script, who we wanted in the film. They turned us down, but not because of the script. They just didn't feel that it was right for them at this point. But they said to us that if Bob Clark were alive today, he would have loved what you did here. And that's really cool. That was a really, really cool thing. I have that. It was in an email sent to me from this individual, and it's pretty darn cool. So clearly, Black Christmas alumni are appreciating what we're doing, but that doesn't mean everybody's going to like it. Black Christmas isn't Halloween. It's not Elm Street. We knew before we launched our campaign in May that we were behind the eight ball. We knew, even with Olivia on board, that definitely helped us. Oh my God, Olivia Hussey. Oh my God, oh my God. That definitely helped us. There's no doubt about it, but it wasn't a guarantee. It wasn't a guarantee, right? So, but we did it. We did it. We did it. And it's fucking wild, man. It's to sit here right now and to know that we are in the process of doing this. The only thing that makes me angry is the SAG strike. Not because I don't support it. I mean, listen, as an actor myself, I absolutely support it. I mean, I'm not SAG because I'm not in the States, but I get it. Like up here, I get it. And so I will say that I absolutely support it. It's just, it's like, oh, damn it. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for that, we'd be shooting at the end of November. And we still might. We got to get that interim agreement. Aaron Click says, Dave, would you say It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 is going to be scary? Obviously not the full off dumb jump scares way, but eerie, creepy. Yes, I do. I think it's a darker film. And when I say that, now keep in mind, It's Me, Billy Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 will basically be like one movie with two separate parts, right? I mean, if you were to put them together, you might get a feature out of it. Are we going to release Billy 1 and 2 together online? Possibly at some point, but that's not how we're going to release it immediately. So Chapter 2 will be released online as its own thing first, right? And then maybe, and let that breathe. And then maybe the following year or something, we release like the Billy cut or something. You know what I mean? Never before seen footage. I don't know if we even have any. Chapter 1 was pretty lean and mean, so I don't know how much extra footage or deleted scenes we'll have with part 2, but it's a darker film in tone because it's essentially now you're moving into the climax of the story. So Chapter 1 ends, it feels unfinished. The arcs are incomplete. That's it. Well, yeah, of course. No, it's not, right? So now you get to see, like Sam has an arc, right? She doesn't have an arc in Chapter 1. She has the beginning of an arc, right? We find out that she's going through a lot. Emma says, you're not like her. You're strong like your grandma. So we know she's got strength in her. And then she does the right thing by running out of the house, but she runs into the arms of danger. She's brought back to the house. So now what, right? Now, okay, it's go time, girl. Like it's now we see what you're made of, right? Now we get to see what you're fucking made of because you got to fight back. And you got to remember what Emma said, strength within you, right? You know what I'm saying? No, you're strong like your grandma. Are you? You know what I'm saying? And like I've said, and this isn't a spoiler, but there's Sam in the basement alone with her grandmother. There's her grandmother alone with now they have to rely on each other, right? They have to find strength within each other to fight back and defeat this. And of course, Sam wants to know, what the fuck are you doing down here? Why are you down here? What? I thought you were dead. Like what? Right? Why is she down there? What's going on? Didn't they have a funeral? That's the best one I've seen. Didn't they have a funeral? Wouldn't she be in the casket? What's going on? How does that happen? That's dumb. That's like, don't you think we've thought about all this, folks? Of course we've thought about all this. We knew this before. So yes, there are reasons, of course, but like, what's going on? How long has she been down there? What's happening? What's her condition? Oh my God, what's going on? So there's all these things like, what's happening? And how are they going to get out of there? Right? And like with Billy and Agnes, and why are they down there? Why did Agnes and Billy kidnap Jess and put her in the bait? Why didn't they just kill her? Why? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it's because you don't know the answer. You will know the answer, but you don't know it yet. I can't tell you that. But these are things, of course, we've thought about, right? And it's like, what's going on? Like, why that, and why? And so now they have Sam and Jen. Why? They killed Justine. They killed Emma. Why didn't they kill Sam? To the chat room. Why didn't they kill Sam? That doesn't make any sense. You kill Emma. You kill Justine. Why not kill Sam? Well, there's a reason. It's all going to make sense when you see it, right? There's definitely a reason. Why are they there? Why are Billy and Agnes there? Why now? Right? Doesn't that get you excited? That gets me excited, man. That gets me excited. And those are the things as writers, as directors, as producers that we've thought about and that we're thinking about. And so that, yes, this is another short film, and we don't reveal everything. I mean, I am very, on that it's not like, you're going to find out who Billy is, what school he went to, who he was married to. No. That's not, Billy must remain an enigma. He must remain, the mysterious, and he will. But it definitely, those questions, in Chapter 1, we answered some of the Black Christmas questions from the original movie, but we also set up new ones. And in this final installment, we will answer those questions, or at least give you enough where you go, You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to get into spoilers. I don't want to talk anything like that. So, but yeah, we're very excited about it. Very excited to revisit these characters and to revisit these characters and to see how are they going to get out? What happens to Sam? Right? I can't wait for you to see her arc. It's pretty cool. And I can't say anything, but I'll just say that the way we end the story is like, it gives me chills. Now, it might not give the average moviegoer chills if you're not emotionally connected to Black Christmas. But if you are emotionally connected to Black Christmas in a lot of the ways all of you love Halloween, like, when you watch, like, some Halloween legacy sequel, you're like, oh, they did the thing. Oh, and that's connected. Oh, no, but that's connected to and you get like goosebumps. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a little bit of that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Harry Hagen, my man, says they didn't kill Sam because Billy has to kill Jess in front of Sam sacrificially to pass the curse on to Sam so that she can now be the killer. My lips are sealed. I can tell you. Yes, we have a thorn cult, and we have the thorn tattoo. Sam sees a thorn tattoo just kind of appear on her thing. Could you imagine? Aaron says, very cool, Dave. So excited that you got Olivia Hussey. When I read that statement, I can't hardly believe it. That's big. It is huge. It's huge, and it's not easy. I mean, look, Olivia, it's to bring her in is a big ordeal. Okay. Olivia's not acting much anymore. All right. She still can do it, of course. I mean, she's a pro, but she's not acting much anymore. And to bring her in is a big deal. And we want her to know that she's going to be respected, treated with respect and dignity and class. She's going to be comfortable. She's it's a big deal. And with that comes, a big cost. And so, and I don't just mean, her salary or anything like that. I just mean, flights and hotels, transportation, all that kind of stuff, right? It's a big deal. But this is making a movie, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? This is the reality of making a movie. And so, and we're ready for it. And we are handling this production, the same as we did with chapter 1, with professionalism and class, and we mean business. We're serious about this, and we want her to reprise her role, and to because we know the fans are going to love it. It's going to be great for her too. It's going to be really great for Olivia Hussey, and we think it is a great thing for her at this stage of her career to do, and so we're very excited with working with her. But you're right, it's big, it's huge, it's big, 100%. Okay, I haven't missed any super. Real Reveal says, but Dave. Did I miss any super chats? I don't think. Oh, wait, Josh Lott. No, that's the last one, I believe. Okay, so I don't think I have. I think we're still at 218. We're still at 218, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, just 2 more double blues to go to get to 220. Just saying. Or there's that last associate producer perk. There's one more associate producer perk in there as well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. Michael Myers. Ooh, Michael Myers is in the chat. Says, Dave, have you ever worked on any horror-related commercials? Yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely. One of the big trailers I did in my life, it was not a trailer. It's a 30-second commercial. But I worked on the marketing for It Chapter 1. Now, I'm not the only voice actor that worked on the marketing for It Chapter 1. But I was one of the guys that worked on the marketing for It Chapter 1 in the voiceover capacity, on the voiceover side of things. And yeah, I did a 30-second spot for It Chapter 1. It might be, I don't know if, let me see if it's on, we'll watch it together if I can find it. Is it on my YouTube channel? Let me just see here. Dave McCrae. It Chapter 1. I know I've shown it before. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Great. Okay, let me just, okay. All right. Let me move this over. Let me move this over to the other. Let me move this over here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, let me do that and move this over there like that. Let me get me out of the way here. Hang on a sec. Can I turn my image off? Can I turn my image off? Hang on a sec. Where's my camera? There we go. Oh, no, that's that camera. Why am I not? Oh, do I have to? Oh, I see. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Hang on a sec, guys. Hang on. Let me go like this. Okay. And then I'll take my camera off here. I think now I can take it off. Yes. Okay. Now let me go back. Okay. There we go. There we go. That's better. You can hear me, right? Yeah, you can hear me. Okay. Okay. So this was a spot I did for It Chapter 1. Now this is my voice. This is my real voice you're going to hear. You can also YouTube Dave McRae movie trailer voice, and you can see me doing it raw. This is my voice. I've been doing the movie trailer voice for many years, and the very first professional trailer I ever did was for The Descent in 2005, and I think that's on YouTube as well. So I've done The Descent, I've done The Crazies, I've done It Chapter 1. I did a radio spot for Get Out. Yeah, I've done a bunch. I'm not solely a movie trailer voiceover guy. So there are guys that's all they do. They just do movie trailers. But I do, trailers, commercials, network promos, narration, animation. I do a bunch of stuff. So, but yeah, let me show you this. All right, here you go.
From the terrifying mind of Stephen King comes a motion picture event.
Derry's not like any town I've ever been in before.
30 years in the making.
People die or disappear 6 times the national average. And that's just grown-ups. Kids are worse.
The wait is finally over for the legend's most horrifying story.
There you go. There you go. There you go, ladies and germs. There you go. That is me. So yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I remember when I got that booking, I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. And of course, this was before the movie came out, obviously. And so yeah, that's definitely a highlight for me in my voiceover career. I've done a lot of stuff, guys. I've done movie trailers. I've done network promos, radio and television commercials, like everything, Walmart, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Burger King, I don't know, insurance companies, sports, AT&T, Slim Jim. I mean, I've been doing this for 22 years. I've done a lot. And, but there's a few projects that stand out, right? And you're like, yeah, It Chapter 1, that was pretty fucking cool. That was definitely pretty cool for sure. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I've done quite a bit actually. Edward Nito, my man, Edward Nito. What's going on, Edward? Sends in a $10 super chat. Thank you, Edward. Says, sup, Dave? I hope all is well, man. I'm working on a new drawing right now. I give a drawing away for an employee of the month at my job. Well, that's cool. That's really awesome. I make sure it's framed with the company when the company presents it each month. Dude, that's really cool. That's a really nice thing for you to do, man. That's awesome. I really, really like that. I really like that. Rob Lucas says that's Dave LaFontaine. That's right. You know what? I never met Don LaFontaine, but I exchanged an email with him. And I remember this was back when I was first hired at a network here in Toronto as their imaging voice. And it was one of the first networks in Canada that was doing The Sopranos in syndication. And I was doing all the Sopranos ads. And I remember, and there was a couple of ads where I had to do like the trailer kind of voice. And I remember this is when Don LaFontaine was alive. So he died in 2008. So this is before 2008. This is a long time ago. And I remember I found his email online, website, whatever. I emailed him and I sent him a clip of, I don't even know if YouTube was, maybe YouTube was around. I don't know. But I sent him a clip and he watched it and he got back to me and I was so thrilled. He's like, Dave, he says, I really like this. And he says, I'll never forget. He says, I like that, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, I like that you're making it your own, which told me that he doesn't hear me doing a Don LaFontaine impression. He really hears like it's my own, like, yes, it's the movie trailer style voice, but it's clearly me, you know what I mean? And he liked that, that he wasn't, because I'm sure he probably got a lot of people that were just doing him. So that was really cool. And then he died like a year later, but really sad that I didn't get a chance to meet him, because I have a feeling, because I mean, I look at my career since and I'm like, he would have totally been at, the Voice Arts Awards or something. And who knows, maybe I would have had a chance to meet him. That would have really been cool, but he's been dead for 10, 11, 12, 15 years now. It's a long time. It's a long time. All right. Let me just see here. We're going to be wrapping it up here in a few moments. I just want to see where we're currently at. We've done well today, though, folks. Again, I recognize that the hype train and all that kind of stuff is not near where it was back in, May and June. I get that because, the production budget has been raised. So I always knew that raising money a little bit more for contingency, because we recognize there's certain costs that we need to sort of make sure that we're covered for. I always knew that it was going to be more difficult because the hype has died down and all that kind of, which is why I brought in an incentive, right? That's why the incentive is there to help sort of generate, maybe a bit more, just to help us out. That's all it is, folks, right? That's all it is. And it's not a lot, and the goals are absolutely achievable, like I said. So even if we don't get to 220 today, that's okay. It'd be great if we, we're one away. Ladies and gentlemen, we are one away from 220. We just sold another one. We sold from Moses Hernandez. Shout out to the awesome Moses, the sexy, no, I don't know. I'm saying all the amazing Moses Hernandez. Amazing. Thank you so much, Moses. You're going to own a piece of horror. You're going to get it. Now, of course, you're not going to get it until after the movie's been released, but you're on the list, buddy. You're on the list, and your name will be in the end credits. Moses Hernandez. There it is. There I am. There I am. Yes. Yes. In chapter 2, not chapter 1, because obviously chapter 1 has already been made and released and all that, but your name will definitely appear at the end of chapter 2. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. I will get to Mike Cornelius here in a second. But yeah, amazing. Awesome stuff. We're doing well today. We started at 211. We're at 219 now. Can we get to 220 before I call it? Because we're at 3 hours right now in this stream. Can I get to it before we call it? Can I get to 220? I don't know. Let me go back and see Mike Cornelius. Mike Cornelius sends in $4.99. Thank you, Mike, and says, have you met Robert Englund? Do you, and it's Englund, folks. Always remember that. It's not England, Englund, UND. Do you know if he, and I know that sometimes that happens in predictive text. Do you know if he's watched DNN and what his thoughts are if he has seen it? So, thank you, Mike. Appreciate that, buddy. I have met, technically I've met Robert Englund. And that was at Mad Monster in Arizona. So this past July, I was at the convention signing some photos for DNN. I was there for DNN. And of course, that's where it had an advanced premiere. Miko was there. We were all there. I was in full makeup and everything. It was awesome. And Robert Englund was there. He was one of the keynote kind of guys that was there. And we were able to, because of Cecil, because he knows the people at Mad Monster, and because of Miko, obviously being an Elm Street alum, knowing Robert, we were able to sort of move to the head of the line for Robert's photo op and meet him that way. But he's a rock star at these things. Robert Englund is like the Beatles in the 60s. I mean, at a horror convention. I'm not saying he'd be that way at like, a restaurant, but at a horror convention, he's the Beatles. And his lineup was down the hall, around the corner, through the bathroom, up the stairs, to the moon, back to Saturn, back. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And so there's no time to chat. There's no time for pleasantries. There's nothing. It's just basically you come into the room and you're like, hey, Robert, and he'll acknowledge you. He'll, hey guys, whatever. And it's just like, okay, guys, ready? Yeah. Okay. Smile. Here we go. And okay, one more. That's right. Okay. That's good. Okay, guys. Thank you. Next. You've got to do it that way. I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry. I would be doing this. You have to do it that way. You cannot take the time to talk for 10 minutes or even 2 minutes. You can't do it. That doesn't mean that there are certain people that haven't met Robert, depending on the convention, depending on where you are, where maybe they were able to exchange, a bit of conversation. Sure. But we couldn't do that. There was a bit of like, hey guys, how's it going? Oh, hey, Miko. Yeah, Miko, what's going on? A bit of that kind of thing. But really nothing more. I patted him on the back. I said, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. He's like, no problem, guys. See you later kind of thing. There was no time to say, hey, we got this fan film, DNN. Miko's in it. I play Freddy Krueger. And there was no time for that. No time for that at all. So whether he knows about it, whether he's seen it, I have no idea. I know there have been people that have been tagging him in it and adding him on Twitter and or X, whatever it is, on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. Whether he's the one that's monitoring his socials, or whether it's his wife, Nancy, or whether it's his publicist or whatever, I have no idea. So I don't know. I don't know if he's seen it. I don't know if he's liked it. No idea. But I hope he has. And if he has, Robert, if you ever see this, it was all for you. Not all for you, but I mean, it was to honor you. My performance was to honor you and to pay respect to the legacy that you have created and that you have laid the foundation for, and to, not do an imitation of you, but to bring the spirit of Freddy Krueger to my performance, the foundation that you have laid. And it's all love and respect. You are the GOAT. You are the greatest of all time. And that's what it was, right? To not replace Robert, to honor him. And so I hope if he sees it, he gets a real kick out of it and thinks it's great. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's sort of the situation there. That's sort of the situation there. Let me see. Let me go back. Oh, we're still one more away. Can we get there? One more to 220. I don't know. I'm hanging on a little bit here just to see if we can, but we'll see. You never know. All right. I haven't missed any super chats, right? Before I wrap this up, I don't think I've missed any super chats at all. Let me just see here. I don't believe I have. Let me go back to the other screen. And no, it doesn't look like I have at all. I don't think so. Let me go back to the other screen. And let me say this as well. If that Joey Schmitz guy, or Joey Schmitz, whatever his name is, let me say this, dude, again, no harm, no foul. Okay. I'm not saying that you were necessarily a troll, but please understand that, or at least I hope you understand my reasoning behind it and why I'm doing it and the business decision behind it. And it's not personal. It's business. And these are the things, these are the decisions that have to be made. I'm making this as a business decision, not a fluffy personal, I love everybody, kumbaya, kind of thing. I've done a lot of that here on the channel. I continue to do that. All the McRae lives are free. All the Two Dudes are free. All the live streams are free. This live stream is for free. I mean, I continue to do that, right? But when it comes to the movie, a different hat has to go on, right? And that hat is about, that kind of thing. And you're free to disagree with that decision. And you think maybe there's a better way to do it and more of a way that suits you. That's fair. That's fine. And you're free to think that. And, but this is the decision that I've made, and I think it's fair and, totally achievable. So, just keep that in mind. But you're free to disagree, and you're free to not support, not because you don't want to, because you're a horrible person. Hey, dude, maybe you can't afford to, and that's fair. Joey, that's fair, man. That's totally fair. Totally fair. Cody Snyder says, super chat. Oh, there was it. Oh, no. No, I got what? No, I got Edward Nito. I got Mike Cornelius. Yeah, I think that's the one you're talking about, right? I think that's the one you're talking about. Yeah. What's wrong, Joey? Feeling tongue-tied? Oh, Aaron, you thumb of a bitch. You thumb of a bitch. You thumb of a bitch. All right, it looks like we're going to just... Oh, we did it! We did it! We did it! We hit 220, ladies and gentlemen! 220 double blues! 220 double blues! We're almost... No, I guess I can't say we're almost there, but we're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. 220 double blues. Remember, if we get to 303 or even to 300 and sell off the last associate producer perk, that epic Halloween stream is happening. Or one executive producer perk, the epic Halloween stream is happening. Or the remaining advanced screening perks. There's only 22 of those. We sell all 22 of those, and the epic Halloween stream is happening on Saturday, October the 28th, 2023. I hope we can get there or get as close as we possibly can, because I'm also not a dick. And if we get to 299, or if we sell off 20, advanced screening perks, or, I'm not a dick. I will do the stream. But we gotta get close. We gotta get close. And it's great to see that we picked up nine double blues here today. That is awesome. Let me just see who picked that up and give you a big thank you. I'm going to give a big thank you to Lee Bowers. Lee the Machine Bowers. Lee, you're one of our great supporters here on the channel. Listen, what is there to say about Lee that hasn't already been said, to be totally honest with you, Lee, but I appreciate you, Lee, and thank you so much for making it 220. That's a good spot there to end it on, folks. I appreciate you tuning in, whether you tuned in during the stream, whether you tuned in after the stream. Again, these are just, there might be maybe another one, a little sort of mini crowdfunding stream, nothing major. It's really chill, just trying to raise a little bit for contingency. That's all that is. So if you know somebody who may want to get in on this, let them know. That's why the in-demand thing exists for campaigns like ours, is so that we can continue to raise that extra funds when we need it and continue to reach more people when we need to do so. And that's why it's there. And if we can get close to our goals, I will do that epic Halloween stream, and I think it'd be a lot of fun, and it's totally achievable. So I just want to thank everybody that has tuned in for this stream, who's watching after the fact. Really appreciate it. Thank you, of course, to my great moderators. Really appreciate that as well. Frank Riker says, come on, guys, let's do this. We need Dave in diapers for the mega stream. Yes! I will be in Big Depends with a gigantic soother and a bottle. I mean, people who don't like me, come on. People who don't like me, who can't stand my guts. You look at me and you're like, I can't stand that Dave McCrae. Don't you want to see me in a big, gigantic diaper with a bottle and a bonnet? Don't you want to see that? Think of all the fun you could have with that. Dave McCrae. No, I'm not dressing up like that. But, I'm just saying, it'd be a lot of fun. Oh, we're at 221. No, we're not at 221. We are at 221. Yes, it keeps going. The double blues. People are like, I want it's me, Billy. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. The McCrazies are stepping up. They're sitting there thinking, no. Our boys, Bruce and Dave, they need a little bit of that contingency. They raised the money they needed. They've got the money they need to make the movie. That's what they've got. That's what the production budget. But you know what? They need a little bit. Let's go up a little bit. Let's help them out, guys. Let's just get out just a little bit. Just a little bit. And get that stream. The stream is getting closer. The Halloween stream is getting closer, ladies and gentlemen. I can feel it. I can actually hear a pumpkin carving in the distance. I can hear it. Steve Ross says, you need an It's Me Billy Chapter 2 thong. Maybe I will sit in a gigantic thong. All my trolls and people that don't like me out there, wouldn't you love that photo? You could share that on Reddit. Look at this fucking loser in an It's Me Billy Chapter 2 thong with a soother in its mouth, a bonnet on its head, and Depends. Oh my God, think of the memes with Dave McCrae and that kind of a thing. Don't you want it? Don't you want it? You guys are incredible. Who was that? I got to check out who this was now that came in at the buzzer, going hard into the paint at the buzzer. We've got, wait a minute. Maybe that was, hang on a sec. Maybe that was Lee. Oh, yes. Okay. So Josh, it was Josh Lott again. Josh Lott is the one that got us to 220. Lee Bowers is the one that gets us to 221. That's what happened there. Amazing. So yeah, there was that delay again. You know how sometimes there's that delay? You know, that delay kind of comes in? That's what happened there. Oh my God, Lee, or Josh, man, Josh is going to have so much. You're going to have, just, you know what? I should just call the Blu-ray vendor and be like, yeah, listen, just send it all to Josh. Just package it. Don't send it to us. Just send it all to Josh. That's what it's going to be. Yeah. Do you have like a box of 50? Yeah. You just send it all to Josh. Oh my God, incredible. Thank you again so much, everybody. Again, that's all I'm asking. Just a little bit, just to kind of help us with that little bit of contingency that is important. And I appreciate all of you very much. And you guys are amazing. Bruce and I are so excited for this. You have no idea. We're going to make you proud. All of you, if you're watching live, if you're watching after the fact, we're going to make you proud. We will. We're working very hard. It's pretty crazy. So anyways, have a great rest of your Monday. Have a great rest of your Monday. Stay safe out there, everybody. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can. The links are in the description. The link to the Chapter 2 campaign is also in the description. And have a great rest of your night. And I will talk to you all very soon. All right, folks. Take care. In the meantime and in between time, I will talk to you soon. Cheers.